welcome you to Atlanta, Georgia, and the Georgia Dome on this first day of December. Seems almost placid, doesn't it? It's a beautiful day, but a little bit noisier inside that building. As we welcome you to the SEC Championship game on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper. Let's take a look at what's at stake. Here's the BCS Top 10. Notre Dame will play in Miami for the title. And for the first time, there's no vote necessary. This has become a de facto semifinal game as either Alabama or Georgia will advance to take on the Fighting Irish. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. Were these two teams to look in the mirror, they'd probably see each other. Whether it's style of play, season record, so many similarities.
They really are. They're built on toughness, they're built on defense, and they're built behind quarterbacks, but they like to run the ball. Look at this stat. The two tandems of the running backs kind of typifies how close these teams are built in similarities. Look at that. The two from Alabama, the two from Georgia, almost the exact same stats.
Nevertheless, Gary, there are contrasts.
There really are. When you look at this Alabama football team, you have to start with the offensive line. They've got really 3 All-Americans. 4 guys are going to be drafted high in the draft, and the Georgia offensive line must step up. They have some question marks. They've been playing better lately, but they have to come through on the offensive line.
Well, if Georgia's to win and they're a slight underdog, what segment of their team needs to really play well?
I think you know this. Alabama likes to run the ball. That means Georgia and those great defensive linemen and linebackers must stop the run first. Because if they do, that means their All-American Jarvis Jones can get involved in this football game. Todd Grantham, their defensive coordinator, will line him up all over the field. They will keep Alabama guessing where he's going to come from. If Georgia's going to win, I think he's going to have one of those games where he causes a couple of turnovers late in the game. If they run it, he might not get involved.
You know, you and I have the privilege of getting to do this every Saturday afternoon for 3 months. And almost inevitably, we wind up talking about quarterbacks. Well, let's do it again.
You can't hide if you're a quarterback, especially if you want to be a champion quarterback. These two guys, A.J. McCarron, Aaron Murray, they know each other. They know and respect what each other has to do. A.J. McCarron's coming off a national championship. Aaron Murray, he had a couple nightmares, a few ghosts, but he's coming on hot later in the year. But you know, Vern, when you watch Aaron Murray right there and the whole Georgia football team, I don't think it's going to be the extraordinary plays, just the ordinary plays might be good enough.
Well, settle in. This could be fun as Alabama and Georgia play in Atlanta for the first time since '42.
The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, is sponsored by Kia, Chick-fil-A, Allstate, and by Dr. Pepper.
Best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world. You can beat the war. You can talk the guy, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up. You can beat the clock. You can move a mountain. You can break rocks. You can be a master. Don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. You can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero. You get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and get around your face. Standing in the Hall of
And we welcome you once again inside the Georgia Dome. Sellout crowd of 72,000 gathering here as Alabama comes in as the defending national champions. The Georgia Bulldogs won national title. That was 32 years ago. You might say this is the most important game that the Bulldogs have played since then. First on the field, led by their head coach, Nick Saban, now in his 6th season in Tuscaloosa. Here come the Crimson Tide. Next on the field, led by Mark Richt in his 12th season in Athens, the Georgia Bulldogs. Let's go down live to Tracy Wolfson, who's with Nick Saban.
Thanks so much, Coach. You said the biggest challenge for your team would be handling the emotions and the enormity of this game. How did you prepare them for this moment?
Well, they got to have the discipline to execute the plan, but we also got to play with a relentless competitive attitude for 60 minutes in the game. To be like two heavyweight fighters for 15 rounds, and whoever can do that the best is going to have the best chance to be successful.
Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Vern?
Vern, I was at both walkthroughs yesterday. I could summarize it this way. Alabama was extremely focused. Georgia was very loose and confident. I think it works for both teams.
Well, here's A.J. McCarron. And now let's go back live to Tracy Wolfson, who is with Mark Richt.
Thanks so much, Vern. You mentioned A.J. McCarron, and Coach, all week the question is how will A.J. and how will Aaron Murray perform against this tough defense? How can he be successful today?
Well, he needs some help from his teammates, of course. Blocking helps. You know, guys running the ball well, guys making catches for him and all that, but he's just got to get us in the right plays and do what he does on a daily basis.
Thanks a lot. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Vern?
Tracy, thank you. We timed you in 5.35 for the 40-yard dash.
And I think Mark Richt summarized it perfectly. Aaron Murray needs help. He doesn't want to face that third down defense, third and long all day. Nobody would.
From Atlanta, this is the SEC Championship game on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper. Inside the Georgia Dome, the SEC Championship game on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper. Georgia won the toss. They have deferred, and so Alabama will receive the opening kickoff as these two teams meet for the first time since 2008. A little more at stake this time.
And isn't it nice that there's going to be no opinions that matter, just on the field between the white lines? Football the way it should be.
Alabama leads the all-time series. They first met in 1895. Alabama won that last meeting. 1942, the last time the two teams met here, and think about this. At that point, Georgia was number 2 in the AP poll. Alabama was number 3. That was only 70 years ago.
That's a while.
Yeah. Marshall Morgan will kick off, number 13. Cyrus Jones, D. Milner are deep. The game is underway. Cyrus Jones at the goal line. A.J. McCarron, wonderful season as he comes in to his 26th start. Only 2 defeats with 23 wins. And the leader for the second year in a row with a national championship in his pocket.
And as much as Nick Saban likes to shuffle other players on this football team, he does not switch up his quarterback. 3 straight quarterbacks, he's stuck with these guys. At least 20 consecutive starts. John Parker Wilson, Greg McElroy, and now A.J.
Eddie Lacy is the running back. Here's McCarron to throw on first down. Looks, he wants a screen. He gets it. Eddie Lacy breaks the first tackle, that patented spin move. And let's present you with the Dr. Pepper starting lineups. Great offensive line: Quanjo, Warmack, Jones, Steen, and Fluker. And they are joined by Amari Cooper, Michael Williams, the tight end, Lacy, Kevin Norwood, and Christian Jones, who gets the start. Kenny Bell, number 7, the speediest of the wide receivers, broke a leg last week, out for the year. Second down and 9. See if Georgia brings 4. Yes, they do. Jarvis Jones was coming, the pass complete. Christian Jones. Tackled by Bakari Rambo. Gain of 22.
Well, in the slot, Christian Jones has taken the place of Kenny Bell. And look at the perfect throw and the big run and catch afterwards. Both staffs knew the other team would go a little bit up-tempo. Georgia's not surprised.
Alabama goes up-tempo. Eddie Lacy with the carry. No, it's interesting, don't you think, that they gave a little sense of that last week?
They did. They kind of went a little dress rehearsal last week against Auburn. Hard to say that, playing against Auburn in dress rehearsal, but it really was.
Second down, 7, gain of 3.
They've already flopped Jarvis Jones to the other side over here. They're going to continue to move him around, so when Alabama breaks the huddle, they're not sure where to help on Jarvis Jones.
Amari Cooper, bottom of the screen, matched up with Sanders Cummings, number 19. McCarron throws it away at the feet of Eddie Lacy. Let's introduce you now to this Bulldog defense. Garrison Smith, John Jenkins, Washington. The linebackers, Jordan Jenkins, Mike Gilliard, Alex Ogletree, and Jarvis Jones. And the secondary, Cummings, Williams, Rambo. He's the defensive player of the week based on last week's win against Georgia Tech. 3rd and 7.
And Jarvis Jones is in the middle. That's the 3rd different spot we've seen him in already.
This time Cooper's top of the screen, matched up against number 1, Brandon Smith. Underneath, tipped. It was intended for Norwood. It's knocked away by Sanders Cummings, 19. And Alabama will punt.
Well, the Georgia defense played excellent defense. One play, a slant play, was the only play that Alabama had any success on.
Here's Cody Mandel on to punt. First punt of the game. And Rhett McGowan, number 27, is back to return it. They've tried a variety of punt returners throughout the 12 games played thus far. Mandel. It bounces, touchback.
Good disguise by Mandel. He confused the gunner for Alabama and allowed that ball to go out for a touchback.
Georgia gets the ball. Nick Saban's team goes on defense. Aaron Murray is a junior quarterback at the University of Georgia, leads the country in pass efficiency. Now, you need a calculus degree to explain how they get to that point, but he's had a good season, especially lately.
He's a gym rat. Mark Richt loves the amount of time he's put in there to get ready for this football game.
And the Dr. Pepper starting lineups: Gates, Lee, Andrews, Burnett. John Theus is a true freshman. We'll keep our eye on him. Malcolm Mitchell, Lynch, the tight end. Xander Ogletree, the fullback. Gurley and Tavares King complete. the Georgia offense. 11-1 for the season. The one loss, a thrashing really back in October at the hands of South Carolina. And Murray did not play well in that game. Had some problems in the most significant win they had this year. That was against Florida, but Murray threw 3 interceptions in the first half of that one. Has not thrown an interception since. And he's going to take off and pick up 3.5. And Stinson made the first contact.
What Mark Richt is asking Aaron Murray to do is choose 1, 2. If it's not there, get up and get us out of a bad play. Either throw it away and try to get us 2 or 3 yards.
Straight up the middle, Todd Gurley. And let's introduce you to the Alabama defense. Stinson, Jesse Williams, the nose guard. We'll keep our eye closely on him. Square, Hubbard, DePriest, Johnson, and Xavier Dixon, the linebackers. The secondary, Blue, Lester, Clinton Dix, and Milner. 3rd and 2. Murray, low, outside, incomplete. Intended for Chris Conley. Conley, 3 and out.
Well, it was the first down play that really caused this. The ball was a little outside, but actually the first down play really set the tone for that 3rd down pass. Really telling, though, Georgia believed in 3rd and 2, they needed to throw the ball.
Colin Barber is on to punt. He specialized in forcing fair catches this year. Almost half of his punts have been fair. Christian Jones is the deep man. He's going to let it bounce. And it takes a Georgia roll. Connor Norman is down. 53-yard punt. Time call.
This SEC Championship Diamond Moment is presented by Kay Jewelers.
The 2009 SEC Championship featured #1 Florida and #2 Alabama in a rematch of the previous year's game won by the Gators. Heisman Trophy winner Mark Ingram rushed for 3 touchdowns, and game MVP Greg McElroy threw for 239 yards and a touchdown, and Alabama won, clinching its 22nd SEC Championship.
Doubleheader tomorrow for you. The NFL on CBS. League game early, New England at Miami. And the league game late, Pittsburgh at Baltimore. On CBS, the home of the Super Bowl. It all begins with the NFL today, tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern. JB and the gang, presented by Southwest Airlines. Second Alabama possession. They start at the 19.
Vern, both teams are using 3 wide outs because they do not like the matchup of a nose tackle over their center. With 3 wide receivers, it keeps the center free in the middle.
Eddie Lacy gets the handoff, cuts back, gets into the secondary, and is down short of the 30-yard line. The tackle made by Sean Williams.
As good as Barrett Jones is, he's one of the great linemen in all of college football. Both Alabama and Georgia Georgia likes the matchup with either Jenkins or Geathers on top of him. Alabama likes, with 3 wide receivers, that they go more of a 4-man line look.
Second down 1, officially a gain of 9, last play. Lacy. Nice run. Damian Swan finally made the defensive play. Nifty move to the right.
Yeah, don't get fooled that Lacy is a 240, 50-pound battering ram. He's very light on his feet, makes a lot of people miss, loves to run outside in space, and as Vern said, that spin move, he doesn't get hit hard a lot.
Eddie Lacy comes into this one with 1,001 yards. He's carried 3 times for 21. Latest in a succession of running backs who gain over 1,000 for the Crimson Tide. Play action, McCarron. With time, deep left side. Beautiful, and it's going to be incomplete.
And Bakari Rambo made a tremendous play. Both Sean Williams and Bakari Rambo, two of the great safeties in college football. Rambo runs this ball down. It looks like he's got an easy throw, one high safety. You love to throw the ball to the sideline. Watch Rambo outrun the football and make the hit on a perfect throw.
Rambo, the defensive player of the week for his game against Georgia Tech a week ago today. Bakari Rambo.
That's a winning play by a senior, a big-time safety.
Marvin Shinn, number 80, is in the slot for Alabama. They go right. Lacey. Barrett Jones out there, number 75, to try and help out.
Great job by Garrison Smith that time from the backside. Read that screen. Everybody who watches Alabama knows they like to feature that running back screen. And Garrison Smith, number 56, comes from the left side of the screen, sees it, reroutes, and comes from behind to make the tackle to give it third and medium.
Officially third down 4. Amari Cooper, number 9, looks back over at the bench. McCarron, play clock at 5 on 3rd and 4. McCarron batted down. Almost, it's intercepted. Yep. Is it a fumble or an interception? Matters not. It's going over.
And Jarvis Jones is the guy that did it. If you pull that ball down one time, you're going to have a fumble. I think Christian Robinson is the guy who ended up with the ball. But we talked about Jarvis Jones. If they can stop the run just enough, Jones, I think he's over here this time, comes around the outside, runs through 2 players, but one hitch, and then Jones causes the turnover. He's a great football player, and you know when you're pass blocking and you're a quarterback, you don't have it. You got to have that mental clock. And that time, A.J. McCarron didn't have it.
Aaron Murray and his Georgia teammates were in this game last year, actually led 10-0 against LSU at the half, but really, Gary, a game of missed opportunities.
It really was early. Easy plays. Tavares King dropping a touchdown pass. Malcolm Mitchell, as easy you can get it. Here's a drop, an interception that could have changed the game. We talked about the ordinary plays, and you know what? In big games, they become extraordinary because of the scope of the game.
So, the first turnover of the game, it was ruled a sack and a fumble by A.J. McCarron, recovered by Christian Robinson, number 45, who is Aaron Murray's housemate. Murray, first quarterback in the SEC with 3 consecutive 3,000-yard seasons. First down and 10.
That didn't look right. I think Todd Gurley started soon on that one.
Snap, false start. Number 3, offense. 5-yard penalty remains, first down.
Tom Ritter heads the crew officiating this game.
Well, we can understand there's a little nerves going on out there. Oh, it was the shift by the Alabama defense that caused Gurley to pucker and move.
And so first down and 15. Malcolm Mitchell is wide to the left. They'll hand it off to the freshman Gurley. He's had a marvelous year sharing that spot with a fellow freshman, Keith Marshall, but Gurley, explosive start way back in September. Most by a freshman. Noshawn Marino was a redshirt freshman in 07. And then that guy named Walker back in 1980 had a pretty good season. Here's Murray, screen pass, left side, got some room for Gurley. Breaks a tackle. I mean, he broke the tackle, or the tackle was missed.
Well, I think there was a block from behind on the play that time, and this one's going to come back. One of the wide receivers, I'm not sure which one it was, got a late block on the play. I think it was Tavares King, number 12, yes. And that's going to bring that ball. Well called play. Offensive coordinator Mike Bobo going up against his former Georgia Bulldog.
After the catch and during the run, illegal block in the back, number 12, offense. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Replay second down.
Tavares King, number 12. We showed his drop pass last year against LSU. This time he has an opportunity, just gets a little bit too anxious, and a block in the back. Even though he tries to pull off, that really was a good call.
Ran through Dion Blue. And now we're going to have...
Just wanted to point out, Mike Bobo, good buddies with Kirby Smart, coordinator for Alabama, the D coordinator. There's Mike Bobo, Georgia quarterback. Kirby Smart, of course, the defensive back for Georgia. They're matching wits here today. That was a good call for Bobo. He had the right call dialed.
They marked off too much yardage on the penalty, so now... That's a look of display. That's about as angry as Mark Richt gets. Murray, swing pass, almost dropped by Conley, but he does manage to control it. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 40. Robert Lester, number 37, made the tackle.
The interesting part about this Alabama defense this year is they don't have that elite pass rusher that makes the sack on his own. It's got to be more by committee. You know, there's no Upshaw, there's no Marcel Darius. It's got to be by a group.
Third down 10. Receivers bunched to the left. Murray with time across the middle. That is complete for a first down inside the 30.
How aggressive was Kirby Smart? On 3rd and long, he featured the zone blitz. And Malcolm Mitchell picked up perfectly, by the way, by Georgia's offensive line. And Aaron Murray delivers it in a spot. D. Miller, good coverage, but not good enough.
Gurley heads over left tackle. Picks up a couple as Georgia goes quickly. Adrian Hubbard made the stop.
Yeah, I get the feeling that everybody watches tape. And ever since that A&M had the success with that up-tempo, everybody's trying to do the same thing to Bama.
That was the low point of the season for Alabama, of course, as Johnny Manziel led the Aggies to a 29-24 win in Tuscaloosa. Second down 9. Blitz. Murray pumps once. Goes deep for Conley and throws it behind him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was worth the shot, though. He couldn't hold it any longer, Vern. Just like Mark Richt told us, you know, you don't have all day. Kirby Smart was aggressive again. You got to pick out a spot and let it go. He had to just guess this time. He could feel the rush, and that's better than a sack.
And again, a 3rd and long. This is the second consecutive one. They got an 11-yard gain on the pass from Murray last time out. See how poorly Alabama played against LSU. Here's Murray. Caught and dropped back at the 33-yard line by Xavier Dixon, number 47.
Well, these have to be what they call their rabbits. Xavier Dixon, Jeffrey Pagan, number 8, comes in the game. They've got their speed rushers in the game, the best they got. Adrian Hubbard, and it's Dixon that gets him, but also you got to tack on pretty good coverage downfield.
That will bring on Marshall Morgan, number 13. His long for the season is 52. 8 of 12 for the year. This one will be measured at 50 yards for the first score of the game. That's going to stay outside the upright. No good. Wide right.
Well, I tell you, that's a big answer for this Alabama defense. A turnover early in the game, and they snuffed it out.
Well, we expected a big afternoon from Jarvis Jones. He's not disappointed here early. That's the sack. And now Marshall Morgan reacting to that 50-yard field goal wide to the right. Nick Saban's team has the ball back. Welcome back to the beautiful city of Atlanta. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Tires that go the distance make Goodyear a fan favorite. Goodyear, more driven. Got a sports fan on your gift list? CBSSports.com shop has officially licensed NFL gear and NCAA gear from over 500 schools. And 3-day shipping on every order at shop.cbssports.com. Nice defensive stand by the Crimson Tide. Missed field goal after the fumble recovery. Barrett Jones getting ready to snap the ball back to his quarterback, and we will now see T.J. Yeldon, the freshman, in the backfield. Quick hitch out of the right side. That's Amari Cooper, number 9. Boy, he has had a splendid freshman season.
You know, Vern, for Georgia, the freshman running backs, T.J. Gurley had to come through for them to be a full offense. For Alabama, it had to be Amari Cooper. They needed one breakout receiver on the team, and that freshman has come through for them.
Well, he started as the second teamer. DeAndrew White was injured earlier. And Amari Cooper has now caught 47 passes for the season, including that one, as he fights for yardage just across the 50. Well, one of the big moments for Georgia this year was a statement made by Sean Williams, a safety. For more, let's go down to Trace.
That's right, guys. Georgia's defense was struggling early on in the season, and then after that Kentucky game, Sean Williams came out and he called his team soft, and it really resonated with his team. He did make a lot of them upset, but as Mark Richt told us yesterday, while it was a bad thing, it turned out to be pretty good, and I think it woke up this Georgia defense, guys.
All right, Trace, thank you. 2nd down and 7. Well, that was after a poorly played game against Kentucky. Georgia won, but didn't play particularly well. Look, since that quote, Gary.
Yeah, that was the Florida game. Now, you also have to look at who Georgia was playing. They didn't catch a lot of elite football teams. And also, though, distorted a bit, 2 of those teams, Georgia Southern and Georgia Tech, were wishbone teams. So that rushing thing is a little bit out of whack, too. They're a better rush defense than their stats show.
They're down 3.
Remember last time it was 3rd and 4 when they had the sack. Let's see what they do this time.
Handoff. Didn't get it.
Pretty close, though. Pretty close, but you're right, about a yard short.
Yep.
Very interesting. The difference in the call that time for Alabama, they couldn't pass block against Jarvis Jones. So what did they do? They ran right at him. Chance Warmack right there, number 65, is going to pull and block Jones. But inside, no push. Good job by that defensive line inside. No push inside. That's good run defense, and Alec Ogletree comes from behind to make the tackle.
4th down and 1 at the 44, and Cody Mandel comes on as Nick Saban will go for the punt. Rhett McGowan is back at the 10-yard line. Oh, it's a fake.
No, timeout.
Wow.
Timeout, delay a game. It would have been a first down, too. Delay a game.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty remains, 4th down.
They had it, too.
Sure did.
I heard the whistle before the snap.
Now you can just hear the whistle. Now the punt and the fair catch taken at the 12. Vinny Sunseri, number 3, did have the first down.
He did. It was the back judge way back here. Here's the responsibility. I don't even know if you see the picture. Way back to the back end is the guy that's responsible for calling that play, and he whistles it just as it's out. Let's see if he comes in. Actually, we focus in, but it was the back judge, and you know Nick Saban was not happy about that. Who would be?
36-yard punt, fair catch, Georgia football. 1st down, 10. Left side. Todd Gurley. across the 20.
Well, the last time Georgia had the ball, it was a disaster of a drive. 2 penalties and a sack. They only gained 7 yards. Actually, for both teams, Alabama had the turnover, and now Georgia, after the last drive, they come back and pound the ball. They both go to what they like to do.
This one, the carry by Gurley. Close for the first down.
Vern, I spoke with Mike Bobo about Gurley and Marshall and whether he was going to use them in tandem in this football game. And he said, no, in this game, it's going to be more like Florida. I'm only going to spell Gurley. I think we need the size and the power of Gurley's attack. I'll only spell him with Marshall. I will feature him. I think he had 27 carries against Florida.
And so far in this game, 5 for 19. There's the stretch of the chain. Well, we mentioned that's a first down.
And Georgia wouldn't be here without Gurley.
Exactly.
They just would not be here. He's the guy that came through. Remember, they lost Isaiah Crowell, their featured back from a year ago.
In that Florida game, Gurley rushed for 118 yards on those 27 carries. He wears number 3. Marshall wears number 4, and their teammate Tavares King nicknamed them Gershel because Herschel wore number 34. Xavier Dixon with the tackle. Well, as a tandem, they compare favorably. 720 for Keith Marshall, Todd Gurley, 1157. Those numbers coming into this game. Left side. Only gets outside. Goes by Robert Lester. Lester misses the tackle.
Look at that. Look at the skill of this kid who is playing high school ball. Now, you can't really call him, he is a rookie, but he's got a lot. And he returned into the secondary, and Deion Blue has to make the tackle. But a first down, just running the ball off tackle, that is a big series for Georgia, being able to run the ball for a first down.
And on cue, Keith Marshall comes on the field. Georgia with a 1st and 10 out of the spread. Murray, effective. Throws it incomplete.
Yeah, but he saved about 15 yards by getting that ball out of bounds.
And so 2nd down and 10. Kirby Smart, defensive coordinator. Gary mentioned almost like a brother to Mike Bobo is what he told us yesterday. They grew up. Their dads were highly successful high school coaches down south. And they were ball boys and first met each other in elementary school.
Snap. False start. Yeah, got you. False start. Offense number 26. 5-yard penalty.
Well, the same thing happened. Alabama was getting ready to cross linebacker blitz in the middle, and that movement got Malcolm Mitchell to kind of squirm a little bit to the outside. Both false starts because of movement by Alabama's defense.
Marshall goes left, doesn't get much. Under 2 to go, opening quarter.
This is where Aaron Murray now has to be a smart football player. Yes, 3rd and long, you'd like to pick it up, you'd like to move the chains, but you can't take big risks with the football here. Nothing wrong with the punt. It's still the first quarter of this football game. Your defense is playing well.
3 wides again. It's Conley and Tavares King. Lower part of the screen, and Malcolm Marshall up at the top. Alabama sends 3, drops a bunch. Deep. Got him! Tavares King with the grab as they go deep right side.
This was a great back shoulder throw. It happens out here. A bust by Deion Blue, number 13. Does not find the football. It's in the air. He's got his shoulders going the wrong way. When he turns around, he's too late to get there. And Tavares King makes a big catch in the SEC championship.
That's a gain of 34 and a first down 10. Murray looks for the screen, fires it left, no screen, just a little underneath pass. C.J. Mosley, the outstanding linebacker who is a particularly effective defender of the pass, made the tackle.
Yeah, Mosley plays more against the pad, and actually it was a screen. David Andrews was out there to play the screen, and Mosley just read it too fast.
There's Mosley. 3 interceptions in his career for touchdowns, ties an all-time record for the Crimson Tide.
You know who's been quiet? Jesse Williams.
Yeah.
That means David Andrews and Chris Burnett and Dallas Leader are doing a good job inside.
Left side they go. Gurley back on the backfield. And the tackle made by D. Milner.
Well, he's not a great pass rusher. He's more of a run stopper. On second down, they just kind of live what he can do with on the pass rush. On third down, he's not in the game.
Third down 10. 4 wides.
Man, they've already converted a 3rd and 12 and a 3rd and 11 in this game.
Stunts defensively. Murray goes deep. Conley, contact? No. Well, there was contact. There's no flag.
Geno Smith did a good job. He turned around and looked at the official saying, did he see my arm? Did I do too much? You could see the left arm, but I think that's a good no call. You know, and I think the Georgia team has looked at Aaron Murray and say, they got their guy, we got our guy, let's play.
That's the end of the first. We're scoreless in the Georgia Dome. Berth in the national championship game is on the line. We'll return after this message and a word from your local station. We welcome you back inside the Georgia Dome for the beginning of the second quarter. After the first scoreless first quarter in SEC championship game history, this game initiated in 1992 in Birmingham. Played a couple of seasons there under the leadership of former Commissioner Roy F. Kramer, who, with his wife Sarah Jo, is in attendance at this game. How about that? How about that? It was Lynch to Cummings.
What a play. They spread everybody out all over the field, but they had a guy eligible inside that Alabama didn't realize. Cummings right here is the where the ball goes through. Arthur Lynch makes the perfect throw. A little bit late is Robert Lester. So both sides have dialed up a fake punt. One a little too late, and one very smartly drawn up. You know, Alabama was in a defense stage. They were playing safe, but it was the formation that confused them.
Arthur Lynch to Sanders Cummings. And Murray has to call time out. My goodness. Georgia calls time, but they do have a 1st and 10.
Tim Brando back in Atlanta with his Chick-fil-A update. The Oklahoma Sooners have clinched a share of the Big 12 title, a possible Sugar Bowl berth, but they may need some help. Damian Williams with a 66-yard run to help polish off TCU today. That's our Chick-fil-A update. Surprise, surprise, a big play by the Georgia Bulldogs. Vern Lundquist, back to you.
Thank you, Tim. That's, I think, worth a couple of looks, Garrett.
Vern, 6 people are eligible to handle the ball. This guy's eligible, that's number 1. These 2 guys are eligible, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. The last guy is the tight end, because right here, this guy is covered. He's not eligible. unintelligible. Alabama thinks he is. That's the mistake. When Georgia realizes that they have the audible on, they get the look they want. The bench says go with it. They've got the play on exactly. Look at that space. And Lynch makes an easy first down.
And let's take another look at the play from the Avis.
That was the Avis cam.
Action cam.
Action cam.
We're here to help each other.
Yeah, you got it.
First down and 10. Keith Marshall is the running back. Nothing. Well, one.
Well, Jesse Williams stuffed up that play. We talked, when I looked at this football game, I really believe that the nose tackles, Jesse Williams for Alabama, John Jenkins and Kwame Gaithers, needed to stop that run inside, or that's all they get. This time, he's lined up on David Andrews. Last play, he made the play.
High formation. Murray got a man open. It's Jay Rome, and we have the first score of the SEC championship.
Plays basketball. He probably is getting a text from Mark Fox right now.
Right. 19 yards, Morgan for the extra point.
Yes, baby. It was a great read, Vern, by Aaron Murray, because Alabama was trying to disguise two safeties, but right before the snap, Robert Lester comes up to be the 8th man in the box. Murray keeps his eyes open. He sees it. He knows he's got the tight end. He throws it away, and this time, compared to 2011, Georgia's not dropping those touchdown pass.
Murray on target. And the Georgia Bulldogs, on a 13-play drive that took 87 yards, now lead 7-0. Aaron Murray has had a terrific first quarter in a minute in this championship game, and he's now passed Peyton Manning.
It's always good to pass Peyton Manning. That can't be bad.
Gary and I were in a van with Archie the other night, and Nancy and I live in Colorado, as you know, and Archie leaned up and he said, listen, my middle son really likes his new home. And I said, your middle son? I forgot.
It'd be Peyton.
Yep. Peyton and Eli. And, of course, Peyton playing for the Broncos. And playing quite well, don't you think?
Yep.
Here's the kickoff. That's Silas Jones. And Alabama's got the ball. Did you expect...
Sure.
Two fake punts?
Well, no, that's a good point. I admit, but both coaches, I think, respect the other team's defenses. They know every possession counts so much. They know the yards are going to be hard to come by. I mean, these are solid, tough defenses. Right. It's kind of the story of 2012. It's been the big defensive teams. Notre Dame has got there with a good, solid defense, too. And in this league, defense has ruled.
First down and 10. Alabama. McCarron goes left and overthrows Kevin Norwood.
Matched up against Damian Swan. Ball's a little high. I think you can feel that A.J. McCarron understands he's not going to be able to sit all day before he pulls the pin, meaning he's got to get back there in rhythm and throw the football. That Jarvis Jones coming off the edge, he knows he's going to get there if you dally at all.
Jarvis Jones up on the line on the left side toward the bottom of the screen. Now backs off. No, now he's backed up. Here he comes. P.J. Yeldon in jail. Alex Ogletree, number 9, with the tackle.
When you watch this Georgia defense play, was so frustrated, as Tracy pointed out with that quote after the Kentucky game. There's talent all over the defensive field. They've got 9 or 10 guys in that defense that are going to play in the NFL. Alec Ogletree is another one of them.
3rd and 11. Alabama yet to convert a third down in this game. 0 for 3. Cooper matched up with Sanders Cummings, bottom of the screen. McCarron, rather. Got him. John Jenkins, the nose tackle. Number 6.
You know, somebody must be doing well in the secondary, because right now, A.J. McCarron is looking down there and having to hold the ball too long. Just looks like a zone defense. That's all it is. They're playing combo. Nobody to throw the ball to. Might have come down to the bottom of the screen, but he couldn't see him. And this time, feeling the guys on the outside, and then Jenkins just runs right into him. Another defensive line play for Georgia.
Mitchell is deep this time. Here's the punt from Mandel. And the catch taken by Mitchell. He heads right. Oh, boy, did he got away with the block. It looks like we might get an illegal block in the back, but no flags. Corey Moore, number 39. That's a 42-yard punt and 7 on the return. John Jenkins, the nose tackle. Rather large man. Aaron Murray has responded to the challenge so far in this game, Gary.
He sure has. I mean, he decided this week to say, I don't want to talk to the press. Now, when you do that, people say, you know, what's the deal? Well, I don't care. I don't care if he ever talks to us. He wanted to zero in on his game plan. He knew he had his number 1 and number 2 receiver out. Now, that might not have been a big deal the last 4 games because the talent really didn't push it. But Michael Bennett, Marlon Brown right there were their 2 big-time receivers. What's happened, though, is not only has Chris Conley come on, but the tight end position has come on. Listen to this. For Georgia, the first 8 games, the tight end caught 10 passes. The last 4, 18 passes, and another big one today.
Jay Rome got the touchdown, 19 yards out. Here's Murray again. This one's tipped and incomplete. Well, you talk about the 2 receivers, Bennett and Brown, and Mark Richt telling us yesterday, we particularly miss them in a game like this because of their toughness, both of them.
Yes, he talked about it being able to block. In this formation, they like to do the wide receiver screen, like the bubble screen. They've got 3 guys out here. They like to bubble screen it. There it is.
There it is. Now for Mitchell.
I figure if I got it, Alabama must have it, right?
And if I get it, you know we're going to be on talk shows.
We did that one already.
Yeah, we did.
When they stack those 3 guys wide like that, they have a pretty, it's a read. He can either hand it to the running back or go outside with the bubble screen.
You see Aaron Murray's record against top 10 teams, 1-4. The 1 win was this year. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to pick up the first down anyway.
Right.
That was good defense by Alabama. They hung in there, forced a short throw this time inside, and Geno Smith was going to make the tackle even if this one was caught.
And so it'll be 4th down and 13. Lynch with the drop, the tight end, and Colin Barber is on to punt. Christian Jones, number 22.
Biggest story in the game so far, Alabama's offensive line has not been the difference.
Nice and high. Oops, very short.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very short. He gets a favorable bounce, and it does go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
The thought was, as Aaron Murray led that team on that last drive, could Alabama keep them off the field with a strong running game? So far, no.
Tim Brando with a reminder coming up on the Geico Halftime Report. Archie, Spencer, Tony, and I will tell you about which names are popping up on the coaching carousel and who should win the Heisman. Now let's get back to the game.
All right, Tim, 7-0 Georgia here, 19-yard touchdown And let's take a look at today's Facebook poll question. What's the most memorable SEC championship game? We'll give you 92. That was the first. 97, Tennessee. 2002, Georgia. The two Davids. 2008, Florida. Tim Tebow. That was a 1 versus 2. Or 2009, Alabama. That was the 2 versus 1. I'm sorry. So to vote, log on to facebook.com/SEC on CBS to make your voice heard. Might say Alabama's struggling on offense. Eddie Lacy is the running back now. McCarron goes deep. Amari Cooper.
My. It's not like Bakari Rambo didn't see it coming. Georgia wasn't fooled. He was standing back there, jumped up for the ball, but one great athlete out-jumped another good athlete.
Alabama goes quickly. They give it to Lacy. He comes over right tackle and near the tight end. We got a little shoving match, but it doesn't amount to anything. John Jenkins was involved.
Look at that.
And DJ Fluker. Wow.
I guess you know why a guy like Johnny Manziel, there's nobody too young to have any impact in these games. Now, these guys that are coming out now are ready to play at a really young age.
Cooper with that great catch, a 44-yard gain. Second down.
Barrett Jones is really struggling inside, but the big size of the Georgia when they've got a guy on his nose.
It's Gathers now. Lacy up the middle to the 11. Barrett Jones must have been listening. Good block.
So if you're having a little trouble inside, what do? You ask Chance Warmack, your big offensive guard, to help inside, and they did it.
Quick Alabama offense, and it's Cooper out on the left side.
Yeah, one of the things that Nick Saban was upset with when teams do it to him,
right,
is that after a team makes a first down, the offensive team gets up there and runs another play.
Yep.
Even before the down markers have got out there to change. They're not even set up. And so he's doing it to them. He said, well, if I can't change the rule, I might as well do it.
Well, it's kind of ironic.
Yep.
Second down. 3 plays of 20 yards today, 2nd and 9.
What's the moral? Be careful with your replays.
They tried the middle right side.
Yeah. Conjo thought he had a block, but he did not have a block.
Lacy with the carry. And the Verizon Red Zone stats for Alabama. Touchdowns on 39 of 53 trips inside the red zone. 74%. That's 13. Oh, well, don't need to be a math major to figure that out. The national average 61%. And it is 3rd and 6. Alabama still looking for its first 3rd down conversion. Cooper near side. 3rd and 6.
Marvis Jones on the left side this time.
McCarron flings it over through him. Yes, he did. Intended for Christian
Jones. They're going to call it. Alec Ogletree hit him in the face, in the head. McCarron got up and went right to the referee. Ogletree is closing in on McCarron as he throws the ball. Let's see what happens. Helmet to helmet. Good call. You got to come in low.
Contacted by the shoulder. Number 9 defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
That's the play they're trying to get out of football. And you have to get it out of football. McCarron knew it, took it right on the jaw. Another reason why he might have thrown it high, too. McCarron, watch him turn around and go, what's the deal? Hit me right in the face, and he got the call.
And so on 1st and goal from the 4, nose tackle Jesse Williams comes in as the blocker. Number 54 will line up directly behind McCarron. And Eddie Lacy is the running back. Lacey cuts to his left, drives toward the goal line, and comes up just short. Michael Gilliard with the tackle.
Gilliard just holding on for dear life, trying to keep him out of the end zone. I think Remick Wilson, number 51, was also there trying to do it. Usually you see those offensive linemen coming in to push from behind, but not that time.
Williams remains in the backfield. And Lacey is behind him. Lacey.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Ball's out.
Ball's out. McCarron on it.
I think Lacey tried to reach the ball over the goal line, and that's when it came out. But what a hit. Right at the goal line.
It was Ogletree first.
Alec Ogletree, Vern says, the guy who had the penalty, like a linebacker should, and that ball comes out, it's free, and A.J. McCarron, yes, he did have the ball out, but wow. It was actually his second effort when the ball came out.
Mark Richt looks like he wants to call time.
I do have to wonder sometimes why that isn't forward progress, though. He was hit, he put the ball out, and then all of a sudden, I did not see clearly when the ball came out. Let's see if we can get a better look at this. They are going to review this. Okay, there's a hit. He stopped. He fights through, leaches it out. Yes, that's a good call. I think that's going to hold up. I think that will hold up. Lacey stayed alive on the play. Great hit by Ogletree. But then when he goes his second effort to reach it out, that's when the ball pops out. You know, the Alabama defense has had a couple of big stops with the turnover in their own area, and then the next series that started in their own zone. But this would be a huge goal line stand for Georgia.
Remick Wilson, number 51, is the guy who ultimately knocked the ball loose.
Alec Ogletree, just that was. I know you're right on the second part of it, but that is big time football right there. You go back. That's the guys, you know, that's a Chris Spielman type play back in the day. That's, you know, any type of those big-time linebackers, Brandon Spikes. I'm sure there's guys all over college football that played linebacker that are going, now that's football.
And the play is under review. Another look. Here's Tom Ritter.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
I think that's the right call. He gets stunned, but he reorganizes and takes another plunge for it. That's when the ball pops out. Nice heads-up play by A.J. McCarron, too.
Yes, it was. And now third and goal, midway through the second quarter.
And, you know, Vern, if the ball was on the half-yard line, you might think Alabama might use 2 more downs. But from here, I think unless they get it real close, this will be one shot at a touchdown and then a field goal.
Cooper, top of the screen. Sanders Cummings defending him. Third and goal. 3-men split wide right. Comes the corner blitz. McCarron into the end zone. Intercepted.
Back shoulder throw. What a play by Sanders Cummings. They went to the back shoulder throw on man-to-man coverage, and Sanders Cummings makes the play.
Ruled a touchback out to the 20. How about that? He stepped out of bounds after the interception.
Boy, Cummings just anticipated the play. Amari Cooper was thinking maybe it would go deep. A.J. McCarron and Cooper were not on the same page. What a goal line stand for Georgia.
McCarron has thrown his third interception of the season. Toss right. This is Gurley. Flag is down.
Yeah, holding. I think it was holding inside that time, and it was David Andrews that got the hold. Those back shoulder throws look beautiful when they work. When they don't, it's like, what was that?
Holding, number 61, offense, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
You know, it is, as a quarterback thinking about that back shoulder throw right there, that's a trust throw. You throw that ball, you're just, you know, confident that your guy is going to either get it or knock it down. That was a great play by Sanders Cummings.
And after the penalty is marked off, Todd Gurley right side. Ed Stinson with the tackle.
I'll tell you, the word that keeps kind of popping in my head as I'm watching this is vicious football. You better be a man to come out on the field.
Well, I'm just thinking it's grown man football.
Yeah, but it's vicious.
That goes back to the comment from Sheldon Richardson in Missouri, watching Missouri or Georgia's first game, and he said it's old man football.
Yeah.
Georgia won that game at Missouri and held up a sign. It's grown man football. Third down and 6. Murray, 8 of 14 with the touchdown. DeVaris King in tight with Chris Conley. Numbers 12 and 31. Stunts, Alabama. Murray heaves it just at the feet of Malcolm Mitchell. It'll be 4th down.
Nowhere to go in that one. They just had a good defensive call that time. Alabama faked the blitz to the left side of Murray, and actually the guy that was faking the blitz ended up going to the right side to get involved in the throwing lane. That was a good just punt the ball down.
Colin Barber is on for the punt. And Christian Jones, number 22, to return it.
This is beginning to have the feel of last year's game for Georgia. Remember, they dominated early against LSU and only had a 10-0 lead.
Right.
It feels the same, 7-0 just. It feels like Georgia is further ahead to me.
Nice and high, and a fair catch taken. Coming up at the half, stay tuned for the Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway. Always a highlight of the SEC Championship halftime. 1st and 10, 7-0 player down. Costa Boblis, who is a special teams star for Georgia, is the injured player. Time taken.
In Atlanta, Tim Brando with your Heisman Watch, brought to you by Nissan. Well, he may not be a Heisman candidate this year, but perhaps there's one in his future. Kevin Hogan with that big touchdown pass to help lead Stanford to the Rose Bowl. Now tonight, a real candidate, Monty Ball of Wisconsin, will be on display in the Big Ten title game. And Colin Klein from mini Manhattan will be taking the Kansas State Wildcats in to take on Texas. That's your Heisman Watch. Let's get back to Vern and Gary.
All right, Tim, thank you. Good to have you in the game with us. Let's take a look at the last drive. Gary?
Well, Georgia gets down there very close. You figure they're going to, after the big play, a jump ball that Amari Cooper makes a huge play, you figured Alabama's going to stuff it in. But Ray McWilson, number 51, cleans up a hit from Alex Ogletree, and Sanders Cummings gets the back shoulder play. Todd Grantham, the defensive coordinator, the emotional coach for Mark Richt. By the way, he coached and served under Nick Saban's staff at Michigan State. So both Saban and he probably learned Nick's defense very similar. We talked about the similarities in the open.
On 1st down 10, 5:04 to go in the first half. Alabama trailing by 7. And off to Yeldon. The freshman comes right. Tackled by Bakari Rambo. Well, let's update that Alabama possession chart. Punt, fumble, punt, interception.
Yeah, and Bama fans are going right now, gee, that's what our opposing charts usually look like when we're watching Alabama football. That's what they usually see from the other team.
Georgia's susceptible to the run throughout the season, but holding strong defensively so far today. 2nd down and 4. Right side. Yeldon got a first down.
See, that's what I think Alabama has to do. Jarvis Jones is such a good pass rusher. They need to make him play the run. I think they need to run right at him, put big Michael Williams on him, pull Chance Warmack at him, make him play every down so that he starts to wear down towards the end of the game.
1st down 10. McCarron for the game is 7 of 8 on 1st and 2nd downs. Not so successful on 3rd thus far. See if they throw on 1st down here. Play clock under 5. Corner blitz coming. McCarron will throw. Slings it out left side. Got a 3-yard gain as Michael Williams, the tight end, makes it. Well, here in Atlanta, time to cue the duck. It's the Aflac trivia question. Which 3 players won the Heisman, the SEC championship game, and the national title all in the same season? There have been 3. Kwame Gathers is in at the nose tackle spot now, number 99. Shares that position with John Jenkins. 2nd down and 7. Left side. Yeldon struggles, breaks a tackle, 1st down plus.
You see the talent. They've got a number 3 that's a freshman, Todd Gurley. Alabama has T.J. Yeldon to mix with Eddie Lacy. Big, strong, and a lot of effort.
That time it was Ogletree, number 9, who missed the tackle. Let's hand it off again, this time not so successful.
It's a big drive for Alabama. They know, looking at the clock, 2:30 to go in the 1st half. Georgia gets the ball to start the 2nd half. You know, they got to get a couple 1st downs. They've already done that. They couldn't give Aaron Murray the ball to end this half and then start this next half.
2nd down 10. Cooper wide to the left. Norwood in the slot, up on the line now. Eddie Lacy is the running back. McCarron hands it to Lacy, who comes right, gets a great block, and it's a foot race. Lacy, touchdown, no flags.
Vern, we talked about it. You gotta run at the good pass rushers. And Doug Nussmeier or Nick Saban or whoever it is said, let's run at these guys. And that time, the offensive line and those big tight ends ran right at Jarvis Jones.
Jeremy Shelley perfect this year. He's not missed a kick, field goal, or extra point. And we're tied at 7.
Alabama shifts, brings over an H-back and a tight end. There's Jarvis Jones, number 29. We're going to run right at him. They double team him, push him out, run right inside of him. And it's a foot race to the end zone. You could almost see that coming. A guy gives you problems in the pass rush, run right at him.
And the clearing block, one of them, was from Anthony Steen, number 61. Lacy, 41 yards, extra point successful. Alabama has tied Georgia. And now it's time for our Home Depot tools for success. Let's take a look at the last one.
Well, Vern, this time Alabama put both of their sharp tools and big tools on the same tide. Michael Williams and Brian Vogler gets the block here. But watch Vogler get 2 blocks. He gets the first down block right there. But then he comes off to get Sean Williams that makes the touchdown block right there. You get 2 blocks from Williams and Vogler, so you get a first down block and you get a touchdown block. That's how you use your tools.
41 yards for number 42. And we are tied at 7 with just a tick under 2 minutes remaining. Cade Foster will kick off. Number 43 for the Crimson Tide. Malcolm Mitchell is the deep man for Georgia. Touchback. Well, Duck made an appearance just a couple of minutes ago, and he's urgently hurrying back across the screen. Which 3 players won the Heisman SEC championship game and the national title in the same season? All right. Danny Werfel, Mark Ingram, Cam Newton.
The key was same season.
Right.
Right away.
You missing the name there?
I didn't have that one.
You miss it. Somebody named Tebow. It came up. First down and 10.
Vern, here's that formation again where they like to run the bubble screen. It's 2 plays on. Murray can hand it or run the bubble screen.
You've done your homework. Malcolm Mitchell out near the 40.
It's just a numbers game. Murray has the option either to hand it off, this time to Keith Marshall, if he likes his numbers to the outside, and good blocks. Conley got a great block out there to make a good first down play.
That was a block on the cornerback, Geno Smith. Here's Murray. That's good to Tavares King, another first down. At the 49.5. 2 timeouts remaining for the Bulldogs in a tie game. And we have the player down. That's Ed Stinson is the injured player.
You know, the spot I wouldn't want to play as a true freshman is tackle in this league. John Theus has played all year at right tackle, a true freshman, and he's been holding his own in this game. Now that comes back to the point that Alabama does not have that elite pass rusher. Georgia felt that they could match up and not have to help Theus in pass protection. So far, it's working out.
Well, assistance given to Ed Stinson as he comes to the Alabama bench. 97 seconds to go before the break. Murray for the afternoon, 10 of 17, 96 yards. And a touchdown toss. Looks deep. Oh, he's got a man open. It's intercepted instead. The throw was short. This is Clinton Dix.
Aaron Murray took a shot. And I knew that if he was going to play quarterback against Alabama, he was going to have a courageous play game. There's Clinton Dix right there. Let's see who gets the hit on him. Comes from inside just as he lets it go. The ball was underthrown. And I think Murray got the hit after he threw the ball. Coming down.
Oh my gosh.
And that's almost unnecessary roughness by Quentin Dial.
Quentin Dial, there is not a flag.
That should have been a flag. That was unnecessary roughness. It was a hit to the head, and it was missed.
Here's McCarron after the 36-yard interception return. Handoff. T.J. Yeldon fights inside the 40. Let's take a look at the hit on Aaron Murray.
Well, Vern, I thought the hit must have come on the throw, but it didn't. Aaron Murray, you have to get your head on a swivel, but that is just unnecessary roughness and a hit to the head to the quarterback. That's the one the officials would love to have back and see.
McCarron, under pressure, throws it away. Chris Conley was open on that play, and then Murray underthrew him.
And remember, Georgia is trying to redshirt their backup quarterback.
Geico halftime report coming up with Tim and the gang here in the Georgia Dome. 3rd and 2. Alabama yet to convert. They call a timeout.
It was Georgia.
Oh, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia did.
So Georgia left with 1. Aaron Murray took the blow from Dial. And no flag. Well, next Saturday, it's a special event every year for all of us. The Home Depot College Football on CBS puts on one of the grandest spectacles in all of sports, the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. It all starts with college football today, next Saturday, from Philadelphia.
Vern, we all like vicious, tough football, but that was crossing the line. I know the Georgia fans right now are besides themselves. The A.J. got the call and the hit to the head. Aaron Murray didn't get it, but just remember this. Even though it should have been called, it still would have been Alabama's ball. It would have just been 15 yards back.
3rd down, short. Left side. Oh, yeah, I think he, with the push and the second effort. Only 35 seconds to go. Clock stops while they reset the chains. Alabama
has all their timeouts, and they're trying to save them still. I thought it would have been a good time to use one right there.
1st down 10. First 3rd down conversion of the ball game.
Yeah, this has cost them way too much time here.
Stunts. McCarron takes off. And gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 14 seconds to go.
See, I think the lack of a timeout there, I understand. They try to save all your timeouts because you get a 1st down, the chains move. You want to use the timeout after the 1st down. College football has that. But I think it cost them about 8 seconds.
Actually, 14.
14 seconds.
14.
Okay, I think it cost them about 14 seconds.
I'm only here to help. 2nd and 1.
That's a lot of time. Double the time would be left right now.
McCarron will rumble again. Look at that move to the left. 5 seconds to go.
Use your timeout now. But see right now, and actually Nick is mad. He's mad at himself. I can see him on the sidelines. He thinks I should have 20 seconds. He's got his hands on his head. A.J. makes a good scramble. He knows he made a tactical error.
Yep.
Still might get a touchdown out of it, but he's only got one chance. There's Nick's reaction after he called timeout. He was either upset with himself for not taking the timeout or his team for not staffing it. I think they're going to go field goal. They don't have time. You know, there was a play in the game. Drew Brees let one go and he didn't get a play off. I think Drew Brees right now is saying kick the field goal.
And Jeremy Shelley is on. You see his stats for the year.
And look at this. Alabama goes into halftime with 2 timeouts.
And it cost him 14 seconds by not taking the timeout.
They would have 2 more plays had they taken the timeout.
McCarron will hold. Carson Tinker is the snapper. Kick is good. And Alabama leads at the half by 3. Fascinating first 30 minutes of football.
Yeah, this is, you better be a tough man to play football here today.
Vicious was a good word, Garrett.
Yep.
Alabama got 10 points in the last 1:59. Tracy is with Georgia coach Mark Richt.
Coach, Aaron Murray took a big hit there. Can you tell us how he's doing?
I think he's fine.
Are you concerned at all about his availability in the second half?
No, he'll be fine. He's good.
Obviously not the way you wanted to go in the half with those 2 scores. So how do you regroup, and especially after what happened last year in the second half?
we just got to play hard. We just got to keep playing well. I think we're playing pretty good overall. You know, that pick at the end hurt us, of course. You know, we got gapped out on one play. They took it to the house. They're a good football team.
Thanks a lot. Vern?
All right, Tracy, thank you. End of the first half, the score, 10-7 Alabama, back with a Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway. After this message from your local station.
Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geico Halftime Report. Tim Brando with the score here in Atlanta. Alabama leading Georgia 10-7. I'm joined by Archie Manning, Spencer Tillman, and Tony Barnhart. A whale of a game, exactly what we thought it'd be, right?
Great football game. We've always talked about the defense in this league. Tim, on both sides of both teams, I call this big boy defensive football. Here's the sack by the Georgia defense getting on A.J. McCarron. A.J. coughs the ball up. Georgia recovers, unable to cash in on it as they missed a field goal. Now it's Alabama's turn. Quarterback Aaron Murray, sacked by the Alabama front. Alabama finally gets down the goal line. Almost a very costly fumble by running back Eddie Lacy. A.J. McCarron gets on top of it, throws a costly interception, and then late in the first half, Aaron Murray trying to go deep. The interception by Alabama's Ha-Ha Quentin Dix, 36-yard return.
Guys, that was impressive. And we also talked about another thing that was important for Alabama, the relationship between the play-action pass and the run and how critical it would be. And it was early in this contest. A.J. McCarron right here off the play-action. Remember, 0 interceptions off this action. A tremendous job of getting the ball to Amari Cooper with a single safety look. Let him go up and make a play. Great athleticism. And just one play later, Tony, watch him rip Ed Lacy right through that front. He gets in there for big yardage. Again, the relationship to tag this thing off. We talked about 48-0, Nick Saban, of course, in a situation where he does not lose when he gets at least 150 yards. They're at 152 right now, guys, on 22 carries. That doesn't bode well for Georgia.
You know, guys, a long time ago, Bill Parcells said football is about players making plays, and Georgia's guys made plays in the first half. And we told you before the game on the College Football Today, they would use the tight end. Look at the up back. Tight end Arthur Lynch throws a 14-yard pass to Sanders Cummings, keeps that drive alive. And then Aaron Murray cuts back to Jay Rome, son of Stan Rome, for the touchdown right there. Later on in the half, Alabama is driving. They got a great shot for a touchdown. A.J. McCarron tries a back shoulder throw. Sanders Cummings makes a great play, steps in front. Georgia made a lot of plays early, but guys, Alabama made the plays late.
They did, and there was one that got away from the officials after the interception by Ha-Ha Quentin Dix. Watch Quentin Dial, number 90, absolutely take out Aaron Murray right here. That's helmet to helmet.
No.
That is without question uncalled for. There was no flag. There should have been 15 yards. They would later go on and get the field goal to close out the half. Now, my question to you is, with all the helmet-to-helmet suspensions that we've had that cost players the next game, what if Alabama wins here?
Well, that's the question. Early in the year, they did it to an Ole Miss kid. They did it to a South Carolina kid, suspending him for the next game after the conference office reviewed the play. I think the SEC office is going to have to look at this one and see if they sit him down for the national championship game or the bowl game.
Everybody's going to pile on the official, but Keith Marshall, number 4, was in the line of sight of the official. You couldn't see it on the tight frame, but you could see it on the wide frame. So if there's a mug looking for the official, that would be it, guys. It was clearly a vicious hit, no question about it.
Well, there's more than just enough time for a mulligan, though, when the decision is made at the conference office. Coming up, we'll get you caught up on other action today and follow the latest turns of the coaching carousel when the Geico Halftime Report rolls on from Atlanta.
The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, is sponsored by Nissan, The Home Depot, Autotrader.com, and by Dr. Pepper.
Fake. How about that?
Arthur Lynch through the pass. Murray with a fake will throw it wide open. There he is. Jay Rome, the tight end, caught at the 2, and he got into the end zone.
A.J. loads off Amari Cooper near side. It's a jump ball. Amari goes up and gets it. Gives to Lacy. Follows the 14. 10, 5, touchdown. And a late field goal by Alabama gives them a 10-7 lead as we get set for the start of the third quarter. Moments ago, Tracy Wolfson with Nick Saban.
Coach, some clock issues down the stretch there. Why didn't you use your timeouts in those last 30 seconds?
We should have. You know, we substituted so they held the ball. I thought we'd be able to quick snap it. We should have used the timeout. That's my fault.
A lot on the line, though, in these next 30 minutes. What will be key for your team to come away with victory?
Well, I think we got to have balance on offense. You know, we can't turn the ball over anymore. We can't give them field position. We got to do a little bit better job on defense. We're getting up a couple big plays, and you know, turnovers are going to be critical in the game. So, you know, and whoever can run the ball probably going to have the best chance to win because that's what's going to create the balance.
Thanks a lot. Vern?
All right, Tracy. And let's revisit, Gary, the hit Quinton Dial laid on Aaron Murray in the second quarter.
Post-interception. Aaron Murray's right there. Watch this. The hit is coming from his blind side. Helmet to helmet. Should have been called. Now, remember, that would still have been Alabama's football. But I talked to Steve Shaw, head of officials here in the SEC. He said, Tom Ritter, the head referee, that is a point of emphasis. After interceptions, keep your eye on the quarterback because as long as we've been doing this, those linemen love to hit that quarterback after those interceptions.
As we get set for the third quarter, Kate Foster will kick off. Malcolm Mitchell is the deep man. Alabama. Not much doubt about that one. You know, Gary, when Murray hit Jay Rome for the first touchdown of the game, it appeared as if Georgia had Alabama a little bit on the ropes. Not out of it, but backing up.
And then there was a punt return to the 49-yard line in Alabama territory. Alabama got a 3-and-out, and from then on, it was all Alabama. And I'll tell you what Georgia's up against here in the second half. There's an unbelievable stat for Alabama. Since 2008, when Alabama rushes for more than 150 yards, and they're at 152 now, they're 48-0. So Georgia is going to have to buck a trend that hasn't happened in 5 years against Alabama.
Murray took that late hit, but he is back at quarterback. Mark Richt telling Tracy he'll be just fine, and Todd Gurley gets the first carry of the third quarter. We look at first half trends.
Well, both quarterbacks, and you know, I do want to make the point about Aaron Murray and A.J. McCarron. You know, they're playing against good defenses. You're not going to just have a bunch of easy stats against these guys. Lacey, the big stat, obviously.
Run right.
Just to go back one more time to that hit. Yes, it would not have given Alabama the football. However, now you have to watch Murray the rest of this football game. You know, that Mark Richt says he's fine, but that's a big hit, and that can daze you a bit. Remember, Georgia, Hunter Mason is their backup quarterback. They haven't played on one snap all year because they're trying to redshirt him. Mark Richt said if he had to win the game, they would go to Hunter Mason and blow his red shirt.
Third down one. Opening series, third quarter. Play action, Murray. Fires it left side. Got it! Tavares King trying to break the tackle of Dion Blue.
Well, Mark Richt is right. When you got a quarterback that can make a throw like this, here's the back shoulder throw. Dion Blue cannot stop that. As Nick Saban likes to say, there's no such thing as a shutdown quarterback. A good throw can beat anybody, and that was a perfect throw by Murray.
On first down 10, it's Gurley coming right. Bangs his way close to the first down at the 25.
Adrian Hubbard had a shot at him, could not make the tackle.
Second down, one. Let's go left side this time. First down, Georgia. Gurley with the carry. Tackle made by Robert Lester, number 37. And a player down, that's Jesse Williams. The nose guard holding his right knee, it appears.
Lined up over David Andrews. Gets posted from one side, gets bent, drops down low, and gets taken out by another. I think it was, I don't know who it exactly was that hit him from the opposite side. It might have been Canarius Gates, number 72, that landed on him from his blind side.
This outstanding young man, nose tackle from Brisbane, Australia. Getting help out on the field. We'll take time out.
This SEC Championship Diamond Moment is presented by Kay Jewelers.
In the 2002 SEC Championship, Georgia faced off against Arkansas, and it was all dogs. DeCorey Bryant blocked the Hogs punt on the game's opening drive. Musa Smith scored for the Dogs on the following play, and Georgia never looked back, winning their first SEC title in 20 years.
Beautiful nighttime view of downtown Atlanta. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Tires that go the distance make Goodyear a fan favorite. Goodyear, more driven. And Jesse Williams favoring the ankle, helped off the field. Not the ankle, the knee, I beg your pardon. I'm thinking of his backup, Brandon Ivory, who does have an issue with an ankle, unable to go. So Damian Square moves into Williams' position at the nose. First down 10. Play action again. Murray into the corner. Leaping drive. Nice defensive job.
Absolutely. Malcolm Mitchell is one of the great athletes in this league. Remember, he started out the season for Georgia helping on defense, but he's going up against the best cover corner for Alabama. D. Milner does it perfectly, turns around, finds the ball, and goes up to the top and makes the defensive play.
Second down 10. Gurley.
Oh, it's a great cut by Gurley.
Was it ever? First and goal, Georgia.
And why not run the ball right where Jesse Williams and Brandon Ivory had to leave the game? Mike Bobo says, let's try to run it right where the backups are. And he does, but Gurley kept his eyes open and ran that beautifully.
And Gurley gets the give on first and goal, perhaps a yard, after that 18-yard pickup on the previous play. Second and goal.
It's a great answer for Georgia coming out of halftime. That throw by Aaron Murray was the best throw of the football game.
Murray now 11 of 20. He'll feed Gurley again. He fights for the touchdown. He got it.
Wow. Wow. You talk about some effort. Gurley was not going to be stopped on that one. First of all, he hit it full speed, took out Trey DePriest, and then just kept going. I don't know if his knee was down. They'll probably review that to see if his knee went down before he got across the line. I'm sure they will review it to see if his knee went down. I have not seen anything yet.
Play is under further review.
Jim Allison is a replay official today, so he gets a look at this.
It's awful close, but I don't see it yet.
Right. What an effort. Let's take a look low, ground level.
The foot is blocking.
Yeah, it sure is. Robert Lester's foot blocks the view.
I cannot verify that that knee touched the ground. I don't think they can overturn that.
What an effort by Gurley.
It really was. And the run before that, when he weaved in and out of the Alabama defense, that was great running with his eyes open.
Another look. Boy, it's tough.
I don't see anything.
No.
A 9-play drive, 7 runs, 2 passes. One of them was complete, but that completed pass to King down the sideline. Yeah, see, the foot is right there. I don't know if it's down or not.
Yeah. The left foot of Robert Lester obscures the view.
Yeah.
Of Gurley's knee. Well, they're taking a long look at it.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Yep.
We saw no evidence that could change that, did we? Nothing that could change it. You might have assumed, but you couldn't have positive visual evidence.
Marshall Morgan. This has not been an exact science for Marshall Morgan this year. He has missed 4 extra points, but not this one. Well, the star of the drive, Todd Gurley, the freshman running back.
Well, this one was his impressive running inside Canarius Gates, cutting and weaving and getting down inside the 5 or 6 yard line. And then he finished it off. He was accelerating as he crossed and got into that linebacker stand for Alabama.
Georgia by 4.
The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, is sponsored by Dr. Pepper, Sonic, Cadillac, and by The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey.
Many great traditions abound on game day throughout the league, and each week we'll give you a taste of the SEC, presented by Sonic. A championship weekend tradition, the induction of the SEC Legends. This banquet took place last night, and this year's class was headlined by Texas A&M Heisman winner John David Crow. With Commissioner Mike Sly, Paul Crane on the right won 2 SEC and 2 national titles at Alabama, and David Green led Georgia to the 2002 SEC title. We congratulate the entire SEC Legends class of 2012. We know Pat Summerall from Arkansas, unable to make it because of illness. Patrick, we're thinking about you.
I'm a girly girl. That's a good sign.
Jamie Lindley will kick off. And it heads left. Touchback. And Jesse Williams limped off, or did not limp off. He was assisted off. Let's get an update from Tracy.
Yeah, guys, as you saw, it's his right knee. They were using the cool air machine on it to minimize the swelling right now. He's at the end of the bench with ice on that knee, towel over his head, extremely frustrated. I was told they're going to try and get him back in, but they are not confident he'll be able to go, guys.
Okay, thank you. Jesse Williams from Brisbane, as we mentioned, got here by way of Western Arizona Community College. He was recruited by both of these schools, and John Jenkins, the nose tackle, who is not on the field right now, but who's had a presence in this game, decided to come to Georgia when Williams signed first with Alabama. It's Kwame Gathers out there right now, number 99, and Eddie Lacy is the running back. Lacy breaks through. Huge run on first down.
Well, Tracy only got to talk to Nick Saban after the half, but I think both coaches are thinking the same way. The team that can run the ball in the second half is going to win the football game. You can see both teams want to run the ball between the tackles. They don't think they can handle the pass rush or the blitzing from Alabama, giving them problems. Both teams want to play physical between the tackle football.
Lacy now in excess of 100 yards. He's got 10 carries for 107. First down 10 after that 17-yard pickup. Dean Goldberg, tight end, is way to the top. Here's McCarron. Looks low. Watch out. Jarvis Jones, John Jenkins. Just talked about Jenkins. He and Gathers both on the field.
The only possibility here was to go to the slot receiver. They had a tight end split wide. And I don't know if A.J. couldn't cover him. The only guy he could find was over the middle. He could have delivered it. He could have delivered it, but he pulled it down.
Loss of 6, second sack of the game. Williams comes near side, so does Kevin Norwood. Amari Cooper, number 9, is at the bottom of the screen. 3 wide left. Run it, left side, Lacy. 3 tacklers there, led by Amarlo Herrera, number 52, and Garrison Smith, number 56.
You've heard people talk about how talented the Georgia defense is. Before this season started, there were 9 different Georgia defensive players that petitioned the NFL to see how they rated in the draft. All 9 of them came back with a draftable grade, and that did not include Jarvis Jones or Alec Ogletree. They were coming back and they didn't petition.
3rd and 13. Flip Cooper, left side, gets a couple of blocks. First down, Alabama, gain of 15.
This is like a dagger to Georgia right now. What a great play call by Doug Nussmeier. Caught Georgia completely flat-footed, 2 big blocks, and a first down on a play where Georgia figures we'll just make them throw short and make a punt. Great play call by Alabama.
Good block by Michael Williams.
Sure
he was one of them. And a first down 10. They needed 13 and got 15. McCarron. Lacy. 14-10 Georgia, 9:21 to go. Clock running, 3rd quarter. The current BCS standings, Notre Dame is in the championship game, the BCS championship game in Miami. We have here in the Georgia Dome a de facto semifinal, Alabama and Georgia. Winner of this one will meet the Irish for the national title. No polls necessary.
You mean I don't have to have everybody mad at me by projecting who should be in it like the last 5 years?
You are a man of conviction. Here's the screen right side. And Amar Cooper breaks a couple of tackles. And boy, does he get popped.
Yeah, I think it was Sean Williams, but cleaned it up. But another successful play. It looked like this one was defended. Kevin Norwood misses his block, but Cooper makes Cummings miss, and then it's cleaned up. The 2 safeties, Bakari Rando and Sean Williams, end up isolating it. Is this 4-down territory for Alabama?
Barrett Jones leads the offensive lineup over the ball. 3rd and 2. Bama trailing by 4. They'll run it. They'll get the first down inside the 35. It's Lacy again.
Well, if you got 2 or 3 All-Americans at offensive line, you got to use them. And right now, Alabama's using them.
Lacy's going to get a rest. TJ Yeldon is on. From left to right, that offensive line. Quanjo, Warmack, Jones, Steen, Fluker. And then the tight end, Michael Williams, also out there. And Kelly Johnson, number 31, is just off the line, top of the screen. Play action, McCarron. Fires it, tipped and incomplete, intended for Yeldon. Anybody remember LSU and Alabama? But that one was dangerous, huh?
Yes. Well, it was a first down pass. Alabama tries a change-up. But like we talked about in the open of this game, can Georgia stop Alabama from running so they can turn loose Jarvis Jones and Jordan Jenkins and put some pressure on A.J. McCarron? Let's see what happens on this down.
3 wide to the left again, 2nd down.
It is on balance. Michael Williams is not eligible.
They'll run it. Yeldon. Another 3rd and long. Coming up now for the Crimson Tide.
Amos Jones had that big play early in the football game. Since then, though, he's been run at, and he's been chasing down runs. Has not been able to make the big impact, but here's 3rd and 8. Can he do it now?
Cooper, top of the screen, number 9. McCarron. Oh, through the hands of Amari Cooper. Nice defensive job by Brandon Smith.
They threw the flag, though, and the Georgia bench is upset. They're saying the ball was tipped. Was the ball tipped? That will eliminate the pass interference.
I think Tom Ritter's indicating that is what happened.
There is no foul for pass interference. The ball was tipped. 4th down.
Let's see if we can see it. Who gets their hand on it? Boy, I don't know about that.
I think Cornelius Washington, if indeed it was tipped, was number 83.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it was just not a good spiral, and they thought it was tipped. I don't think that ball is tipped.
Here's the long-distance place kicker, Cade Foster. He's hit 2 in excess of 52. This one from 49. Foster, it's blocked. Picked up on the run. It's Alex Ogletree all the way for the Georgia touchdown. And Cornelius Washington blocked it. That one we know for sure.
That's for sure.
One, but we're sure he got this one. That's the 3rd special team play that's gone against Alabama. Remember the fake punt that they got to lay a game, the fake punt Georgia hit for the 1st down, and now the blocked field goal for a touchdown. Let me see if I can find Cornelius Washington for you so you can get your eyes on him. I think he's right here. He gets inside Michael Williams, puts up his left hand and makes the play. Michael Williams was the weak spot, and he came right through the gap to make the play. He didn't even jump.
Ogletree looks like a sprinter, doesn't he?
He was a safety when he came to Georgia, and Mark Richt's right behind him.
The usually placid head coach of Georgia. Special teams touchdown.
Tim Brando with his Russell Athletic Update. Thursday night, Louisville wrapped up an Orange Bowl bid when Terrell Floyd picked off Rutgers quarterback Gary Nova to secure the victory. The Cardinals will now move on to meet their new brethren from the ACC. That conference is going to have Louisville next year. Vern, Gary, back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you. 21-10, a couple of plays, very critical. Let's first of all, Gary, go back and take a look at the tipped or non-tipped pass.
Yes, in our eyes, remember, it was called a tip pass. We don't see it there, but remember, we don't know if there's enough to overturn it. Let's look at it again. There was pass interference on this call. By the way, it is reviewable. That could have been reviewed, and had it been reviewed, they could have. Now we are getting word because we asked. We sent a messenger over to the review play. They said they reviewed it and called it inconclusive.
And here is Ogletree. Look at that stride of Ogletree. 55-yard blocked field goal, return for a touchdown. That is the 5th block this season by the Georgia Bulldogs. Look at their differential in the 3rd quarter, and what a huge play. Though, well, plays. Both of them. Marshall Morgan will kick off. 2 men deep for Alabama. Cyrus Jones, D. Milner. This will be Jones at the 5. Out to the 23-yard line. Now Red Lobster presents today's Scholar Athlete, Chance Warmack for Alabama. First team AFCA All-American. And Garrison Smith, major in history for the Georgia Bulldogs. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to each university's general scholarship fund.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 44, Georgia, 15-yard penalty, first down.
The injured player is Blake Sailors. This is TJ Stripling with the unnecessary roughness call.
It was definitely after the play. I think you can see it right there in the middle of the screen. There's where the extracurricular takes place.
That was
yes,
it.
It was against Tyler Hayes, too. And then he shoves him again, and that's when the flag comes out. Right there.
Sailors is up. One of the special teams standouts for the Bulldogs of Georgia.
Let's be clear again on the tipped pass on the pass interference call. Big play in the game. They did go check with the replay booth. They did review it. They thought they had a good look at it. They said it was inconclusive, so they let it go.
The tip was made by Washington, and then he blocked the field goal, which Ogletree picked up.
That's two big plays back to back,
You
right?
think? First down and 10. Georgia by 11. 21-10. 6:25 to go. Third quarter. Yeldon is the running back. Right side. To the 43.
DJ Fluker, one of the emotional leaders of Alabama's football team, is very upset on the field. He can feel this football game that 21-10 right now. Will Alabama stay patient? Will they continue to run the ball? What will they do?
Second down, 5. That's Michael Williams. They give it to Yeldon. He's got it. Wow! All the way to the 26. Before he's stopped by Bakari Ramble, a gain of 32.
Sometimes, like Sean Williams going off on Georgia, DJ Fluker had to go off on his lineman. Barrett Jones got a great block inside on Kwame Gathers, ran right up behind Barrett Jones, the All-American. And TJ, who gets a little bit, I think, an unfair record here of 2 fumbles. One of those fumbles was not his. He's had 1 fumble against Texas A&M.
First down, 10. Well played. Yeldon, nice takedown. Eddie Lacy's on the bench. Let's get more from Tracy.
That's right, guys, and that's why Yeldon's getting most of the work here, because since that last drive, he's been on the bench. Athletic trainers have been looking at him. They're not revealing his injury as of now, but as soon as I get any more information, I will pass it along.
All right, Trace, thanks. 21-10. It was 10-7 Alabama at the break. McCarron and Yeldon. 2 wide receivers wide right. Cooper, the featured wide out, is matched against Sanders Cummings, bottom of the screen. McCarron steps up, goes deep.
Going to be interference.
There's the flag.
Yep.
Called on Damian Swan. Norwood was the intended receiver.
It's a formation that's given Georgia a little bit of trouble. They shift out the tight end Vogler to the wide spot, and then they throw it to the slot. Vogler's out here, but they run the slot down the middle. Good coaching by Alabama. Found a formation that gives a nice seam throw to A.J. McCarron.
Pass interference, number 5, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, if you're going to grab a jersey, grab a jersey.
Oh, yeah, he grabbed him. But remember, in college football, it's not as big a penalty as it was in the NFL. That would have been right down there on the 1 or 2 yard line.
Ball is marked at the 10.
Remember how Alabama answered the touchdown by Aaron Murray to Jay Rome earlier? They're answering the blocked field goal touchdown on this drive.
See that? 7 penalties against Georgia. They annually seem to lead the league in penalties, and Mark Richt says, not a problem. Yeldon! Whoa, what a run! Touchdown, Alabama! And Barrett Jones got the key block.
He did. They're going to go for 2 here. Trying to get it from 21-16, 20. Boy, this is a dangerous one right now, because if Georgia kicks a field goal, it would be an 8-point lead. It's awful early to be chasing a point, in my opinion. Pull within 4. That way, if Georgia kicks a field goal, you're only down by 7.
Well, Nick Saban has made the decision. He's got Cooper, Christian Jones, left side. Yeldon is the running back. The try for 2, Norwood, top of the screen, number 83. Yeldon, up the middle, across the goal line. 2-point try is good.
Well, with Eddie Lacy on the bench, Barrett Jones, DJ Fluker, Anthony Steen, Chance Warmack, and Cyrus Kwanjo, that offensive line took over. A freshman running back for Georgia, a freshman running back for Alabama. Barrett Jones is kind of finessing Kwame Gathers there. He let him block himself, basically. And Yeldon pushes Alabama within 3.
After Yeldon exploded for 100 in the opener, Barrett Jones said of the freshman, I think we found our next great one.
Sure did. Barrett Jones right there again. Didn't blow anybody out, but he kept Jenkins from making the play. That's a successful block.
Not a bad ball game.
Sure is.
21-18 Georgia. Alabama just scored and went for 2, and a couple of pretty decent players on the bench.
Well, Mark Ingram, could he replace Eddie Lacy? And Kenny Bell's injured. They could put in Julio Jones for Kenny Bell.
Indeed. Don't forget, later in the game, the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts.
How about these freshman running backs? Gurley for Georgia. Yeldon, imagine that, walking into these 2 programs as good as they are and contributing at running back like that, or Theus at offensive tackle. Just imagine what it takes.
Well, look at what they've accomplished so far. Yeldon with the touchdown, 14 carries, 91 yards. On the other side of the field, Gurley, 15 for 90 yards and a touchdown. Mirror images.
Yeah, that's behind Lacy's 117.
Well, that's true, yes. Here's Kate Foster. Malcolm Mitchell. It'll go over his head. Wednesday on CBS, LL Cool J and Taylor Swift host the Grammy nominations concert with live performances from music's biggest stars. That's Wednesday, only CBS.
And Vern, you mentioned it. Georgia always a highly penalized team in the past. The 2 penalties on that drive, the one on the kickoff and then the one in the pass interference. Last time Christian Robinson bailed out Georgia with the tip ball. That time, no bailout.
Well, they came into this game, Georgia did, with 82 penalties. In contrast, Alabama with 49. And the total is 7-1 in this ball game.
And Georgia continues now to run the ball right at the spot that Jesse Williams left. Without Brandon Ivory, no Jesse Williams. You've got a 3rd guy in there. I think it's Damian Square is playing nose tackle right now, and they are running right up the middle.
And we're alerted that Brandon Ivory is going to try and give it a go. Yep, with the bad ankle.
Nice play. C.J. Mosley.
Well, let's get an update on Jesse Williams. Here's Trace.
Well, guys, it looks like we reported earlier they're going to try and get him back in. That's what it looks like right now. They took him into the locker room, put a brace on him. He's been stretching it, and the athletic trainers are asking him, can you squat? Do you feel movement in that
Third down, 4. 4 wides, 2 on either side. Murray. Conley knocked away by Geno Smith, getting extensive playing time today.
Yeah, that's been the changeup. They've taken the safeties off the slot. No Vinny Sunseri there. They're playing a corner. And Geno Smith comes through and makes the play.
I'm thinking back to our conversation about Thanksgiving when we were in Tuscaloosa. And Nick Saban was talking about Geno Smith. He said he's one of the greatest video game players ever. If he could play quarterback like he can maneuver video games, we'll have a great player.
Well, that was a good one.
Yes. Colin Barber on the punt.
Nice punt.
Christian Jones. Fair catch. Oh, how about Baylor upsetting Kentucky in basketball earlier today on CBS? And next Saturday, the road to the Final Four continues with an SEC Big Ten battle as the Arkansas Razorbacks take on the Michigan Wolverines. That's next Saturday on CBS.
Well, the question is just this thing we talked about in the open. Can the Georgia defensive line and inside linebackers stop the run of Alabama? Alabama has rushed the ball for 152 yards in this half.
In this half.
No, I'm sorry. 70 in this quarter, 152 in the first half.
Okay, I got you.
I got it.
That's too many numbers.
Yes, exactly.
Hand off Lacey, who is back on the field. That spin move gets him out of the tackle. That shoulder move gives him an additional 7 yards. What a run.
Well, I'll tell you, I'd love to have a shot of Mark Ingram right now because I bet he's chest bumping someone because this is a championship run. He runs right through Jarvis Jones and Sean Williams. Nobody wraps him up. Take your arms, guys. You're not going to block this guy down. And watch it. Bakari Rambo almost turns it down. He almost turned down the hit on the sideline.
That's a run of 32. Lacey with 1:49 in the game. We mentioned in the first half the Bulldogs have been susceptible to the run most of the year, and they certainly are tonight. Oh, wow!
Beautiful. Behind Jones and Warmack. They're running right at Georgia. I mean, that makes you think of Herschel right there, those 2 runs, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
Holy cow.
164 on 15 carries now for Lacey. Alabama has had 9 rushing plays, 9 of them in excess of 10 yards. First down 10 as they try to come from behind. And here's Lacey, stiff arm. Sean Williams with the tackle. Mark Ingram.
Wrong, and I said they had 152 in the third quarter. Well, I'm coming pretty close to not being wrong because now they're at 131 in the third quarter and counting.
First down 10. That was a 14-yard gain. Alabama trails by 3. Lacey bounces it outside. Vogler trying to help and couldn't, and Jarvis Jones makes the tackle. Loss of 2.
We haven't called Jarvis Jones's name because they can't stop the run. This time, he pins Vogler and makes the play. Good rush defense that time by the All-American.
Look at that, 281 yards on the ground. T.J. Yeldon spells Eddie Lacy. Yeldon. Williams with a block. Here's Yeldon, first and goal.
I've been saying this this for 5 years. The elite teams have to run this type of offense. There's too many great offensive linemen and running backs that can pound the ball, protect your quarterback, wear down that defense. There's more ways to wear down a defense than just by going up-tempo. You can beat them in submission.
Kelly Johnson and T.J. Yeldon in the eye. That's Vogler coming to the near side with Michael Williams on the line. Yeldon. Push. Short.
That's about as fun a third quarter as I've seen in a long time.
Just short. Now they get the 99.5-yard walk to the other end. These two teams are going south. Alabama is less than a yard from the lead. That's the end of 3. Right now it's 21-18. We'll return to the Georgia Dome after this word from your local station. We welcome you back to the beginning of the fourth quarter in the Georgia Dome. Alabama with a second down and goal, trailing by 3. McCarron and Murray. You see their stats. Alabama with 295 yards on the ground, and Ogletree with a play that is the difference right now. And how about this? Jesse Williams with a knee brace back in as a lead blocker for Eddie Lacy.
Remember, it was Yeldon that cut it. No, it was Lacy that cut it back last time in this play. Let's see if he stays with it. He does.
Dives. Touchdown. Alabama back on top.
Alabama has run 21 plays in the third quarter. 17 runs and 4 passes. They're approaching 300 yards in rushing.
They're only 4 shy. Now Shelley on for the extra point. McCarron will hold. Carson Tinker is the snapper. The hold good. The kick up and through. Let's take another look at Eddie Lacy's touchdown dive.
Well, he learned his lesson. Stay behind it. Don't cut back. Go with the beef. And that time he just pushed it in the end zone. There really wasn't much there to stop it from Georgia.
Alabama on top. Winner gets Notre Dame in the championship game.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Take you back early. First score, Aaron Murray, 19-yard touchdown pass to Jay Roan, the backup tight end. And Georgia on top by 7. Alabama countered with Eddie Lacy getting to the outside, breaks a couple of tackles, and then outspeeds the Bulldogs secondary. Shelley added a 22-yard field goal on the last play of the first half, and the Crimson Tide led the Bulldogs 10-7. Opening drive, third quarter. Gurley for the touchdown. Georgia back on top, 14-10. And then the block from Cornelius Washington on the long field goal attempt. A perfect bounce to Ogletree. And he scoots 55 yards for the touchdown to make it 21-10. If you can run it, why not run it? And Alabama is running almost at will. There's Yeldon. And then the try for 2. Yeldon again, and it was 21-18. And just moments ago, this dive by Eddie Lacy, the extra point good. And that gets us where we now stand. 25-21. Lacy with 177 yards on 18 carries. Cade Foster will kick off. Malcolm Mitchell is the deep back. seconds into the fourth quarter. Nick Saban told Tracy at the beginning of the third, whoever runs the ball best will win.
He was right.
I know it.
Vern, it's the word I don't like to use. Momentum, right?
No, I know you
After
don't.
Ogletree hits that field goal for the touchdown, it has been all Alabama. Nick calls it the process.
Right.
Forget the scoreboard. Do your job. Alabama's players is bought in. Now it's Georgia's turn. Some people would say it's all going against you. You don't have anything to do but to line up and play football.
Aaron Murray, the quarterback, gets the snap. Left side. Oh, what a catch. Or is it, did it hit the ground?
Oh, no. They called it a catch.
Yes, Mitchell.
It's a great throw again by Murray. The second of this half that he made. Tavares King on the back shoulder throw, and right in between the safeties that time. Clinton Dix did not get there in time.
They'll run it. Todd Gurley on first down. Trade to Priest, number 33, with the tackle. Gurley close to 100 yards for the Bulldogs now. 18 carries for 97 yards, and Williams back in at nose tackle. Murray goes deep down the middle. Tavares King at the 11.
From this bunch formation, Mike Bobo has been calling the corner route. This time, he went to the post. Let's see if there was a bite on the... Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Nick Perry was thinking it was going to be the corner, and a young football player got fooled by a veteran quarterback. You know Aaron Murray's eyes led him to the corner, and they bit.
45-yard gain. Here's the run on first down. It's Gurley again.
Just love watching these players, these young, great athletes answer all the pressure in a big-time football game. Aaron Murray, he's had the disappointments. He's had some great stats, but he needs this one big win to cement his career.
High snap, the give to Gurley. Look at him break tackles, look at him score! Georgia touchdown!
Coaches like to say the scoreboard lies. Don't look at it, do your job. And that time the Georgia offensive line answered. They pass protected on the long pass, and they rooted out that Alabama defense for a touchdown. What a football game we're having here.
Marshall Morgan on for the extra point. The hold, the kick is up and through. What a counterpunch by Georgia.
Yeah, here's the great combo block. Over here, it's the freshman to the right side, Theus and Burnett. Watch them work together. Knock them out, get to the second level. Oh, he grabbed him. He grabbed Mosley with his right hand and got away with it. Did you see that? Happens.
Stuff does.
Yep.
What a game.
The SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, is sponsored by Ram Trucks, Bud Light, Verizon, and by Kay Jewelers.
We are back in Atlanta, the SEC Conference Championship game. The CBS poll results. Look at this, the most memorable game. Voters by 37% vote said Florida in 2008. That was against this. By the way, this is the first time that Alabama has played in this championship game against anyone other than Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. Think about that.
You know, Nick said also at halftime, or maybe it was before the game.
It was before the game.
It's a 15-round fight.
Yes, exactly.
Is that not as accurate as can be?
Yeah. Yeah, that was when Tracy caught both Coach Richt and Coach Saban live. Here's Cyrus Jones.
No, was it block in the back? No, he got away with it.
Well, they're indicating that the ball might be out.
Yep.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, it's out. It is out.
Now they'll unravel the scrum, and Alabama holds on to it.
I think it was Herrera, number 52, that punched that ball loose.
Yes. And a flag down.
We got everything. I thought it was a block in the back by Alabama. We had a fumble on the play that must have been recovered by Alabama.
Dead ball on sportsmanlike conduct, number 28, Alabama. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
And you could tell that was the Georgia fans right there. They looked at the stats and saw that Alabama had one penalty for 5 yards and said, it's about time.
Call was on Dean Milner.
Oh, nice job scooping it up by Jones.
Indeed.
That was.
There was the shove that led to the penalty. That's the second penalty against Alabama, 7 for Georgia.
You know, my kids used to do that, Vern. They always used to say, it all started, Dad, when he hit me back. Don't we all remember that?
Of course. Give on the right side. TJ Yeldon still going.
What answers must Todd Grantham come up with? I mean, he's got a proud defense. He's touting, and Georgia's touting, and I'm touting that they've got 9 or 10 guys that play in the NFL. Well, they can't stop the run.
Alabama has rushed for 306 yards. .306. We've still got 12:10 to go. Quick, Amari Cooper. Damian Swan, number 5.
Remember, Georgia just said, Mike Bobo told me he was going to go with Gurley and only spell him with Marshall. Well, that's proven out.
Yep.
As you look at Alabama, they've gone almost 50-50. Gurley has been the bell cow for them. Georgia, that's the guy.
See the bottom line,
Yep.
First time 2 teammates in excess of 100 in this game. Lacey with 177. Yeldon with 115. 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. Yeldon cuts it upfield. Drives again. John Jenkins.
There's just nothing. I've seen this before. You know, I mean, when you've got an offensive line, this time it's Cyrus Kouandjio pushing his guy 5, 8, 10 yards. The Georgia defense is spent. It has nothing to do with tempo in this game. Yes, tempo works great. I'm not arguing that it can't work. But in this game, it's these big hogs up front that are wearing down Georgia.
Well, you saw Garrison Smith there taking a heavy, deep breath.
Yep, they're getting body punched right now.
Both hands on his waist. Let's run it again. Oh, my goodness. Ogletree took the blow from Yeldon and did bring him down.
But it was a successful defensive play that time for Georgia.
Oh, that hurts.
Brushed off the block that time and made the play. That's good linebacker play. Even though it was a positive play on first down, that's still, you got to give it to Ogletree. He stood in there and made the play. Again, vicious football.
2nd and 6. Georgia by 3. Nearing the 10-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Yeldon First down, Alabama.
You start to think now, is it the last team that gets the football in this game? Murray's hot. The offensive line for Georgia's pass protecting well. It doesn't look like Georgia's defense can get a stop on the running game. Can it come down the last drive of the game?
Gary, Alabama has thrown the ball 19 times. They've run it 43 times. And at first down and 10, Lacey is back on the field. Lacey over left guard. John Jenkins, the defender.
A first down stop. Last time when Ogletree got the stop, Georgia managed 4 yards. This is about 2.5. Another win by that Georgia defense. On first down, finally they get a win.
SEC championship game record. Alabama held the old mark set back in 1999. Second down, 8. Let's feed Lacey again. A big stop for Georgia, and that brings up third down and long.
Well, this time Barrett Jones could not finesse. I think it's Kwame Gathers. Might be John Jenkins, but I guess it was Gathers. Barrett Jones cannot handle the finesse block this time. He gets driven right back, and that's a great stop by the nose tackle. Shoved him right into the backfield.
Third down, 6. Alabama 3 of 9 on third down conversions. 0 for 4 from this distance. Georgia brings 4. McCarron, nobody open. Fourth down. Jordan Jenkins makes the tackle.
Another first-year freshman, Jordan Jenkins, a speed rusher, but that time, was there anybody open? Had Norwood down at the bottom for a little throw, had a sideline throw to the sideline, but looked like A.J. gave up on it a bit early. Felt the early pressure and gave up on the throw.
Rhett McGowan is the deep man, hoping to return the punt of Cody Mandel. That's taken on a fair catch just inside the 10. Almost no man's land. 42-yard punt, nothing on the return. Georgia has the ball and a 3-point lead. Overhead view of Atlanta. And don't forget the Jeep postgame show coming up next. Tim and the gang live from the studio. Here we go from the 8-yard line. Georgia with a 3-point lead and the ball.
Well, it's Aaron Murray's football. It reminds me of the Florida game. 10 minutes to play, leading 10-9. They went 7 plays, 75 yards. Murray on that drive, even though he threw 3 interceptions in the game, was 4 for 6 to put the game away for Georgia. Can he put one of these drives to put Georgia in the national championship?
Rolling right. Fires it deep over the head of Tavares King. Well, the Georgia Bulldogs have won 1 national championship. Vince Dooley was the coach. He's here tonight. Herschel Walker played on that team. They won it in 1980. They had a chance to win a second on January 1st, 1983, but they ran up against Penn State, and a buddy of ours named Todd Blackledge. Penn State won that ball game. Can they get back? And this is a positive run now for the Bulldogs out across the 17 by Todd Gurley.
Well, we talked about, as you look at Todd Gurley, that the number number one unit on the field in this game was the Alabama offensive line. And could the Georgia offensive line do enough? Yes, they don't have the gaudy stats, but they pass protected well enough, and they're rooting out those yards right now in a really important drive.
3rd and 1. Left side. He's stopped.
Yes.
He was stuffed.
And I think it was Jesse Williams in there after injuring that knee that stood strong. Might have been 2 guys, but I know Jesse Williams was one of them. Both of them are in there. Brandon Ivory and Jesse Williams. They both make a tackle, make a stand, and make a stop. Both guys playing injured.
One with a knee, one with an ankle, and it's 4th and 1 with under 6 to play. Colin Barber on to punt. Christian Jones on to return it. Not terribly long.
Gotta catch that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice play, though.
Yeah, he picked it up
saved
on
it.
one
He
hop.
saved it, yes.
Instead of running up and under to make the catch, he backed away from it, caught a bit of a break, and reached out, and Christian Jones, 9-yard return.
Yeah, that ball was in there long enough where he should have caught the ball, but he saves it because that would have rolled another 8 or 10 yards. Good job by Jones to save field position.
Now, Alabama's turn. Uga 9, I don't know if he can bear to watch this. Through heavy-lidded eyes. Georgia by 3. Alabama in this half. McCarron's only 3 of 5 passing the ball. They passed it 5 times. They have run it 24, and why not? It's Yeldon at running back. Yeldon goes left from the 45, chased by Ogletree. Ogletree can't get him, and Yeldon gets a couple.
That Ogletree is some football player. He started out as a safety for Georgia. He's 6'3", 6'4". You know, he's had his problem. Didn't get play suspended early in the year, but look at him run. I mean, he is a big-time linebacker.
2nd down 7 for the defending national champions. Trailing by 3 with under 5 remaining. Play action, McCarron settles for the short one. Michael Williams.
Inaccurate, not a very good throw. They ran a little bit of a scrape play to the outside. The wide receiver was trying to free up Michael Williams to the outside by a little bump pass, and just not an accurate throw. An accurate throw turns that upward, would be 3rd and short or a 1st down.
Late substitutions defensively for Georgia. It's 3rd and 5, nearing the 4-minute mark. Timeout, Georgia. Lineup tonight on CBS, we began with Made in Jersey, and then Criminal Minds. That's followed by a new edition of 48 Hours tonight, only CBS. 3rd down 5 at midfield. What do you think?
Well, it was a very inaccurate pass by A.J. on the last down. Right now, Nick Saban has to start thinking, am I going to invest 2 chances to make this 1st down, or do I punt it?
It's Yeldon, not Lacey, in the backfield. Remember, Tracy reported that Lacey was getting some attention from the trainers earlier in this half. That's Kelly Johnson, number 31. The freshman, Yeldon, comes right. Got the first down.
Yes, he did.
Goodness.
What a play. They ran it right at Jarvis Jones again. right inside Sean Williams, too. Great block inside by Kelly Johnson and runs right through Sean Williams. What a job by Kelly Johnson, a former walk-on. Well, all those great recruits and a walk-on comes up with a big block.
First down 10, 3.5 remaining. Play action, McCarron. Deep left side, got a man open. Got the touchdown, Amari Cooper. McCarron will hold. Carson Tinker will center. Jeremy Shelley perfect for the year. He's not missed an extra point.
Well, Vern and Barrett Jones' 52nd consecutive start. He's got a big nose tackle on him. He's got the key block in play action, and he stands up and makes the block on Kwame to give A.J. an opportunity to hit Amari Cooper. Cooper with the great top-end speed, matched up. A.J. knew he had him if he had time. Make the fake, throw the ball. He's beat at the line of scrimmage. Actually, Amari Cooper almost stopped on the play. He thinks A.J. must be down. He slows down and then speeds back. Oh, my goodness.
A.J. McCarron. Amari Cooper. Fluker. Quanjo. Vogler. And the margin is 4. Remember they went for the 2-point try?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
The risk reward. Remember also, if they had not made it, it would be a 2-point lead. So the risk reward. Nick believed in the play. He went for it. So it's a 4-point game instead of a 3-point game. Had he missed it, it'd be a 2-point game. That's why they give you 2 points, because it's high risk.
Good point by you. Well, here we go.
Might be the team that gets the ball last. Vern, you were at the Legends banquet last night. This is how you make yourself a legend.
Amen. 3:15 to go. Georgia has 2 timeouts left. Remember, they used one of them earlier, and they've got the ball 75 yards away. They've got to get the touchdown to reclaim the lead. Murray is 13 of 24 for 189. They've got 2 receivers bunched to the right. Got him at the 16. Adrian Hubbard, 6th sack of the year.
Well, when you talk to the Alabama defensive coaches and you point out you don't have any Upshaw, who would be the guy? And they said if Adrian Hubbard ever figures it out, he could be the guy.
Kirby Smart, defensive coordinator. Loss of 8, 2nd and 18. 2:45 to go. Four-man rush. Murray across the middle.
Great play by Dix that time, Clinton Dix. He didn't play it safe. He didn't wrap up the receiver. He went with his inside hand and knocked it down. A great play.
3rd down, 8. 18. Murray off his back foot, goes deep. That's going to be incomplete. 4th down.
I don't see any option but to punt the ball. I don't think they've got another option.
And they can stop the clock twice, Georgia can, with timeouts. 2:25 to go.
It's deep. Kirby Smart's going crazy. He's calling defense safe, and half the Alabama defense is on the sideline. Defense safe means that your regular defense stays on except for the punt return.
And that return man is Christian Jones. Remember, he misjudged the last effort.
And they're signaling to Christian Jones, fair catch it. Don't take any chances, as he does.
And he does. At the 35-yard line. A 48-yard punt, nothing on the return. How ironic if this score stands that Alabama has rushed for 342 yards. You punch, you punch, you punch, you punch, then you play action and go deep for a touchdown to Amari Cooper.
Well, it's going to take one first down for Alabama to get back and play and defend their BCS championship.
.217 remaining.
How about this? TJ Yeldon instead of Eddie Lacy. Think they got faith in that guy?
It's Yeldon. Boy, watch him protect the ball. Gary mentioned a while ago he's had 2 fumbles this year. One of them not his fault. The other was. Time called by Georgia. We'll step aside. Barrett Jones is an All-American Outland winner. He's played along the line in his career.
Played in the national championship game at starting right guard. He played left tackle last year for a national championship, and an opportunity now to go to a 3rd national championship, and now he's playing it at center. Don't know if I've heard one like that before.
No. He did tell us a couple of weeks ago he'd like to settle down at one position. He really would. Well, Barrett Jones over the ball. Jesse Williams is in the backfield, and Yeldon will follow Jesse Williams. 2:06 to go.
Well, 2 big stops there by Georgia. They're hanging in. One more stop, and they're going to get the ball back.
2:06 to go. We're back in the Georgia Dome. What a tussle this has been. Alabama leads it by 4 with 2:06 to go. A berth in the national championship game, but also significant in this part of the country. Very significant. Champions of the Southeastern Conference. And here comes McCarron. If they run it, and they did last time they had 3rd and 5, it'll be their 51st run of the game.
And remember, last time when they ran it on 3rd down, they went to the right. Let's see if they go back to the right this time. First 2 have been to the left.
That's Vogler. Sets up to the left.
All 3 left.
Yeldon, no.
He stayed in bounds, though, very smartly.
Yep.
Georgia will get the ball back with approximately between 1:18 and 1:12 left in the football game. Nice job. Very smart running. I assume Nick Saban will run that clock all the way down to 1 second to take a timeout so he can set up his punt team. You know, a blocked punt, a hurried punt now would be disastrous. The Georgia defense did it, though. They got the ball back. 1 first down, game's over. So Aaron Murray's going to get 1 more shot.
Play clock at 1, timeout. .116 to go. Aaron Murray's going to get 1 last chance. Back in the Georgia Dome with 1:16 to go, 4th down and 3. So Cody Mandel is on to punt. Brett McGowan, I assume, will be the man going back. No, it's Malcolm Mitchell. So Mitchell will return this one. Hopefully, he hopes for.
Just don't jump off sides right now. Beautiful punt.
Fair catch.
They're going to have to go 85 yards.
Yep, with no timeouts. A 42-yard punt, nothing on the return. Where do you try to attack?
I'll tell you what you got to do. A.J. McCarron did it to LSU. If you're going to complete passes, you have to take advantage of the college rule. You have to throw past the first down marker, get the ball to the 50-yard line, take your chances.
Trailing by 4, 68 seconds remaining. Goes right, got it. That's complete to Arthur Lynch, his tight end.
That was a big run by Arthur Lynch right there. If he's tackled, that ball was thrown short of the first down. It's going to cost him 10, 12 seconds.
Second and 1. Right side again. Through the hands and incomplete. Arthur Lynch, the intended receiver. Dee Milner defending.
Alabama basically sitting in a zone. Milner almost got the bounce. He really was on the outside receiver.
3rd and 1. Less than a minute remaining. They'll run it. He'll try to get out of bounds. Does with the first down. Gurley. Nice run. Clock stopped. 51 seconds to go. Georgia loads up with 3 to the near side, 1 to the top.
Alabama in a total prevent.
Yep.
3-man rush. They're giving the short throw.
Murray looks across the middle, fires it deep. Deflected. Is it picked off? Dee Milner.
I don't know. It's very close. Vinny Sunseri made the play, though. Number 3. Vinny Sunseri is the guy that makes the play. Does Milner catch it or not? Watch Sunseri break to the ball. Left side of the screen. He causes the hit. And Milner with the interception. It's very close. I don't know if that ball touched the ground.
It was an interception. The previous plays under further review.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know. It's very close.
Jim Allison is the replay official. Called an interception.
Gets his hands underneath the ball.
Boy, I'm not so sure.
His hands are underneath the ball. Does he control the ball? I think that ball hit the ground. I think that ball hit the ground. We're going to go back. If this takes a while, it means that the replay official is going to go back and have to spot the ball where it was. It would be 2nd and 10, I believe, on the 28-yard line. Or it's Alabama's ball and the game's over.
Yep. Tom Ritter. Another look. Milner. And now.
This might be a good look right here. The ball hit the ground.
I think so, too. And that might be the definitive angle. Another look at it.
This ball's coming back, I think. Remember, if it does come back, 43 seconds to go, 2nd and 10.
So much riding on this. Ruling on the field was an intercepted pass.
What a play by Vinny Sunseri.
Yeah.
Beautiful play. Tack that football was in the air.
Here comes, nope, not yet.
Ground is an incomplete pass. It'll be Georgia's ball. 2nd down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 45 seconds.
2 more seconds were added onto the clock as well.
Got it right?
I think they did.
Yep. 2nd down and 10.
Remember, right now, Georgia has to be thinking, can I get it to the 50-yard line? Can I get a Hail Mary for a chance to steal a win? Alabama needs to keep it in the middle of the field.
Chris Conley, the inside receiver here. Tavares King, bottom of the screen. 3-man rush. Murray up, fires it right, caught. And Arthur Lynch, the tight end, gets out of bounds. Stops the clock. That one took 7 seconds. Murray deep.
Big throw right there.
At the 35-yard line.
Georgia's still alive now. That was a big-time throw right there.
King is hurt.
And King knew he was going to get hurt. He took that catch, stayed with it. He knew he was going to get pasted on the play with C.J. Mosley.
30 seconds to go. Georgia ball at the 34. Malcolm Mitchell, number 26, bottom of the screen. Murray. No, he's got a man! Arthur Lynch!
15 seconds. They're going to get 2 throws to the end zone. They can clock this ball right now, meaning ground it, or they can run a hurry-up play. The clock has started.
12 seconds to go. Murray got it, but the clock is running.
That's the one thing he didn't want to do.
Game over. Alabama faces Notre Dame for the national championship in Miami. Gary, take us through the last play.
I think this last pass was deflected. But either way, it was not in the end zone. The ball had to go to the end zone. It was deflected.
C.J. Mosley got a hand on it.
And once it was caught, the game was over. I thought they should have clocked the ball right away. As soon as the umpire moved, go down, ground that football, and you you get 2 throws to win the game.
Let's go down to Tracy Wolfson, who is with Nick Saban.
Well, thanks so much for getting a smile out of Nick. And Coach, you said this would be a heavyweight fight, and it lived up to it. What was the difference, though, tonight?
Well, you know, we did a great job of running the ball in the second half, and the reason we did it is we couldn't handle their pass rush. We couldn't handle their pass rushers on the edge. Offensive line did a great job. I mean, I'm ready to have a heart attack here about that last drive. But, you know, this is a great win for our team. I'm not saying we played our best game today. You know, Georgia's got a great team. It's great for our fans. You know, we really appreciate the support, and we created a great opportunity for ourselves, and I'm really proud of what these guys have been able to accomplish.
And how about the chance now, back-to-back national championships, a chance to win your second straight title?
Well, you know, that's all good, all great, but I'm going to enjoy this game for a minute here, and I'm just really proud of our team. Winning the SEC championship, you know, is really a significant accomplishment, so you know, I'm really proud of our players, proud of our fans, proud of everybody in our administration. This is a great win for Alabama.
Well, congratulations. You told me at halftime you needed to run the ball to have a chance to win it, and here's the guy, Eddie Lacy, stepping up down the stretch. What was going through your mind after half? Did you feel like you had to step it up and hold your own there?
I did. I mean, as an offense, we know running the ball was going to be successful, and we came out the second half, and TJ and myself, we was able to run the ball and find huge holes and put our offense in a great position.
You've watched Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, and now you have a chance to play in the national championship and be the featured back with you and TJ Yeldon. Can you even put that into words right now?
I can't right now. I'm still happy about this win right now. But that'll be something we'll think about later on. But right now, we're just enjoying the moment.
Good luck. Go enjoy it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Vern?
Well, Eddie Lacy rushed for 181 yards. His freshman colleague Yeldon rushed for 152. As a team, Alabama, 349 rushing yards on 51 carries.
Vern, while Tracy was doing the interview, we were looking at this play. It may be that Aaron Murray was trying to throw a back shoulder throw to Malcolm Mitchell. C.J. Mosley might have saved the game. He might be going to the end zone. Mosley knocks it down, and that's where they get it. It would have been better. Now, listen, you can't do this. But it would have been great if it had just fallen on the ground. They'd had another play, but instinctively, Conley makes the catch. A ball that is being thrown to the end zone ends up going on a completion, and the game ends. I still think they should have clocked the ball to stop it. However, a lot of things happened at the end of that game.
Well, we've talked about the number of rushes and how ironic the winning play was a pass. Now it's time for the play of the game, presented by Napa Auto Parts. With the call, our good friend Eli Gold of the Alabama Radio Network.
Yeldon, the setback. Play action fake. Man is open. Looking long. Amari Cooper. He's there. He's got it. It's a touchdown. Touchdown, Amari Cooper. 44 yards. Touchdown, Alabama. My goodness gracious.
Well said, Eli. Wow. Now let's take a look at the Chick-fil-A players of the game. We're going to name 2 of them. Eddie Lacy, TJ Yeldon. How about this effort? Lacy with 181, Yeldon with 152.
Yeah, but a big nod has to go to Aaron Murray. People questioned him. He played a fantastic football game in this. He didn't come out the winner, but he showed he's got the heart of a champion.
So for Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson, Vern Lundquist saying so long from Atlanta. The final score 32-28, but it was heart-stopping almost, that last drive. A.J. McCarron hits the game winner to Amari Cooper. The Jeep postgame show is up next after these messages and a word from your local stations. Go ahead, take a deep breath.
We dream and dream and dream for nights like these. All our lives we wait and wait and wait. Oh,
Sports presents the Jeep Postgame Show.
Welcome to the Jeep Postgame Show. Tim Brando with a reminder. Tonight on CBS begins with Made in Jersey and Criminal Minds, followed by a new edition of 48 Hours. That's all coming up tonight. Only CBS. In an incredible game, Alabama clinches the SEC championship and earns a chance to defend its BCS title. I'm joined by Archie Manning and Spencer Tillman. Fellas, just an incredible conclusion. I want to pick up, though, what happened after the Milner interception was overturned by the officials, the final dramatic drive for Georgia. And it began with this very nice pass to Tavares King, Arch.
Really a big throw by Aaron Murray, fitting it in there. Takes a lick, sandwich between two guys, holding the ball, shaking up on the play, and here comes a big play, Spencer.
Yeah, we talked about getting the ball to the tight end over the middle of the field against that cover two look. Alabama playing a safe look, and they got it completed.
But then this.
Well, and I think Georgia wanted to go in the end zone. I think he was trying to throw the ball in the end zone there. The ball got tipped, and unfortunately, the other wide receiver caught the free.
Conley should have let that one go. Time and moment, but sometimes Spencer, instincts take over.
I think what it does is underscores the fact that what you don't know can hurt you in these situations. It's situational issues. Again, big games are lost, not won.
Many congratulations, though, to a very deserving A.J. McCarron and that entire offensive front and running game for Alabama. Coming up, we'll hear from the winners. The presentation of the SEC Championship Trophy when the Jeep Postgame Show continues. We are back with the Jeep Postgame Show. Let's immediately go out to Tracy Wilson for the presentation of the SEC Championship Trophy. Tracy?
Well, thank you so much, guys. And let's hear it one more time for the Alabama Crimson Tide. SEC champions. And now it is time to present the MVP of the award of the game, Eddie Lacy. Too shabby of a day for you, Eddie. Very hard to pick just one MVP of this game where so many people stood out. But for you to have this opportunity after the off-season injuries and the surgeries and now to be up here representing your teammates and having a chance to go play in the national championship, can you put that into words and describe that?
As of right now, I mean, I'm still excited. I can't explain it right now, but I mean, coming from the injury and, you know, having the success, you know, thanks to my teammates, you know, I'm just happy right now.
Well, congratulations. And now, the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Nick Saban. And Nick, you've been part of a lot of big ones. But how about this?
Well, this was the most exciting, biggest win because it's what happened today, and I'm so happy for our fans, the people of the state of Alabama, everybody in our administration and our program, and these players who did a fantastic job competing to come back in the game against a very good Georgia team.
Well, you mentioned it, and you were holding your heart after that, but what about the poise of this team and what they showed when they were down in this game and just kept coming back?
Well, we kept telling them that that's what we trained them to do, that to have the mental toughness and the physical toughness to hang in there and play for 60 minutes in the game, and I got to be really proud of the way we did it today.
Well, congratulations. You're on to Miami. And now, to present the championship trophy, Commissioner of the SEC, Mike Sly.
Thanks, Tracy. First, ladies and gentlemen, we want to congratulate the Georgia Bulldogs and head coach Mark Richt on a great season and one of the finest championship games in the history of the SEC. And now it's my pleasure to present the 2012 Football Championship Trophy to Coach Saban and the Crimson Tide. Coach, it's all yours.
One more time, let's hear it for the Alabama Crimson Tide SEC champions.
We are looking right now at the greatest coach of our time. with perhaps the greatest program the Southeastern Conference has seen since Paul Bear Bryant was at Alabama, Archie.
Well, yeah, I agree, Tim, and I think it's becoming kind of Wooden-like right here. We talked earlier about Nick Saban, his intensity, his focus. You can see it right. He said he's going to enjoy this. I think he will tonight, but I guarantee you he'll be on Notre Dame tomorrow.
And there's also legacy here as well, guys. 1973, Notre Dame beat Alabama 24-23 in the Sugar Bowl and cost them the national title. Wind up being a split national championship. Yep. Some will wake up those echoes as we revisit this great rivalry.
There may be a few out there that suggest that the old horseshoe might have been with the Crimson Tide this year, and I don't think that he would even argue that point.
Absolutely
a number of things happened to happen, and they did, but they were good enough to cash in.
Well, the way that the season ended, in regular season, of course, the bottom line is it was in their favor. Baylor, Stanford did them a favor to get them in this position, and after what happened tonight, it was an awesome deal.
And there were so many significant plays late in this football game, and Alabama was responsible for most of them.
No doubt about it. Well, a very gracious Mark Richt a few moments ago took some time to visit with our Tony Barnhart. Here were the statements of the head coach of Georgia with Tony.
Here with Georgia coach Mark Richt. Coach, that was an incredible drive at the end of the game. Tell us the last pass at the end. Obviously, with no timeouts, you want that to get to the end zone.
Well, he got batted at the line. We were throwing a fade. There's a speed out by the inside guy, and the outside guy was running a fade. That's where we're throwing the ball. But we ran that route because a lot of times when the inside receiver runs that speed out, it can get the attention of the corner. And we were throwing over the top, but it got battered at the line, and it just so happened it landed in our arms, which was not good. Normally that's good, but not in that case.
Incredible college football game, regardless of who you were pulling for. Heavyweight fight, both back and forth. From the Georgia perspective, what was the difference in the football game?
Well, I guess the clock ran out is all I can say.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we know it's been a tough night for Georgia. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll say this, too. We got some mighty tough warriors in there. I'm really proud of everybody.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
No doubt about that, and our many thanks to Coach Richt for being so gracious to chat with Tony Barnhart. It was an incredible game. Final thoughts on the Notre Dame-Alabama game coming up for the national title, Arch?
Well, Notre Dame's got a month to get ready. Of course, Alabama does too. I think it'll be a great football game. And, Spencer, I think it'll be great for college football. Alabama and Notre Dame.
I bet Brian Kelly, who was with us earlier, is glad that he left and didn't see this physical beating today, because it's going to be tough on the Irish. They're going to need a lot of luck to beat this team.
He has plenty of time to look at tape. Well, that will just about do it for tonight. Our many thanks to those of you watching the Jeep postgame show. Here's a look at what you'll see tonight on CBS. And don't forget to break down the game with the SEC tonight, presented by Geico. Right now on CBS Sports Network, that's the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Next Saturday, it's the 113th Army-Navy game presented by USAA. It all starts at 2:30 Eastern with Autotrader.com. College football today. And there's more football tomorrow, an NFL doubleheader on CBS. Most will see the Patriots face the Dolphins and the Steelers beat the Ravens. It all begins at noon Eastern with the NFL today. For our entire crew here in Atlanta, thanks so much for watching. Congratulations, Alabama. The Echoes have truly awoken.